Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm a little off center. A little off center. Yeah, it's, I've been gone for a week, and I'm a little off center now. Hi. Oh, that doesn't help when I sit back. Maybe I was just getting ahead of myself here. There we go. How's it going? I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, and gosh, it feels, so every once in a while there's a week like this where it's like, was it really 2 weeks ago? Or no, was it really 1 week? Was it 1 week ago? Because it feels like 2 weeks ago that you weren't here and I played Final Fantasy 11 with Dave.
Yeah, yeah. I was. Some would call it glamping, but I don't think that the kind of like what I was doing would be considered that.
Is that a term?
Yeah, but I think that's
is
like
that
when you
like
have like a really
glamour
nice,
camping?
yeah, where you have like a really nice place you're staying. It was just like a single room cottage that we stayed in. We went to this place called Mammoth Cave, and it was kind of amazing. It was the first, I guess, like more extended family vacation with just the four of us that we've ever taken, and it was pretty awesome. The Mammoth Cave is the biggest cave system or system of caves in the world, and it's right here in Kentucky.
I've been
So
to Carlsbad Caverns and where is that? Is that New Mexico? I think
I don't know.
I've been there, but like so. Did they have like at Carlsbad? They had like lots of sort of nice tourist paths that go through it, with railings and
Yeah.
stuff and some lights. Like, did they kind of, I'm sure like if you were more of a hardcore spelunker, they offer that too, but they also have like the for the lightweights like us, right? Like they have that
Yeah.
kind of stuff there too.
Well, we took the basic tour. We didn't go too crazy. I wasn't sure if we weren't sure if our kids were gonna like it. But we ended up having a great time. I wish we had taken the longer tour. The one we took was like an hour and a half, and it was just kind of like going into some bigger caverns, and it was pretty neat. I mean, it's bigger than I expected, but the craziest part is when you get like deep in there, they're like, okay, we're gonna turn off the lights, and we want everybody to just be quiet, and it is like a sensory deprivation chamber. If I imagine a sensory deprivation chamber to be like, where you cannot see, and there's no light and no sound, and it was kind of surreal, and
Yeah.
it's kind of cool down there, and like when you're walking around it, uh, you'll feel so like it was really really hot and humid, but every once in a while you walk past these vents from the cave that are just this like natural air conditioning, where it's just like this cold air blowing out at you, and it was really really cool. We had a great time. We did a lot of bike riding, a lot of hiking, a lot of eating, and we went to this place called Dinosaur World, which is down there, and it's the place around there it's very tourist trap esque, and this place Dinosaur World had all of these like these giant dinosaurs that are just like I don't
In the
know, like
forest.
yeah, in the forest. And I sent you a message saying like I feel like this probably had some sort of inspiration, like played some sort of partial inspiration to that one flashback scene in The Last of Us 2,
Yeah.
where
It,
Joel and
it
Ellie are
definitely
going.
it definitely had that vibe.
Yeah, and my son's really really into dinosaurs, so we had a great time doing that. And they got to do this stuff where you get these big uh, bags of dirt, and you can like go through and find like gemstones. My big running joke for the entire time was that being like built around like caves and stuff like that, it seems like their primary thing, like the primary thing that is sold around everywhere is like they're just like making you pay for rocks. You're literally buying rocks. And it's like, well, why like pay anybody to haul them off when you can get people to pay you to like take away your rocks. So I think that is their main like form of income for a lot of these places. They're just selling rocks.
Might be.
But it's really cool.
Would you ever like have any interest in doing like real spelunking?
Not like real spelunking.
Yeah. No way. Like every time I see that in a movie, it's just like, no, I would never do real spelunking. Like,
yes.
No way. But like a safe cave with a safe path that has some lights on in it. That's very cool. That's definitely very cool. But
yeah, I
real
think
spelunking, like that's right up there with skydiving. Just like
he was like, I don't have
zero interest in ever like, attempting.
Like jumping out of a plane. I would probably jump out of a plane before I went spelunking. Just straight up like real spelunking. I'm not claustrophobic, but if I'm like in a thing, if I'm like in a passageway and it's like right up against me, that the scene I always think of is that scene in The Descent where I think it's scarier than the rest of the movie is when she gets like caught in that little like crawl space and she can't,
like early in the movie,
early in the movie, that is like scarier than anything else in that movie. And that was the first time that I kind of realized, I was like, oh, I don't ever want to do that.
I would probably spelunk before I would do some lightweight spelunking before I would do skydiving. The thing with skydiving is there's no lightweight version of skydiving. You're jumping out of a plane either way.
Yes.
Like spelunking, at least you could do some easy ones. But that's even true. Then, I don't have interest. I would not. But if I had to pick, I would do some easy spelunking versus any skydiving.
I mean, I would have to really think long and hard about it. But I would probably jump out of a plane with a parachute before I like went spelunking. I don't know. I'm not claustrophobic, but I do like really, really confined spaces. I think that I would have a hard time. So we're gonna play some Journey to Silius, or as I used to call it when I was just a youngin', I used to call it Journey to Silas.
I mean, I for all I know, that could still be correct. I mean, Silius is a rather silly name.
It is. It is.
So I don't know. So you knew of this a long time ago then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I knew of it when it came out. Yeah.
See, this was a game that I learned about from that old Michael B. the Game Genie Hidden Gems list.
Oh, okay.
From way back, or the idea behind the list was these are the NES games that I like the best that became new to me after I started collecting. So in other words, I'm sure, there are many games that he played as a kid that top these, but these are the games that are new to him that he enjoyed the most. And,
right.
And I, Drum and I both used that kind of as a little bit of an NES buying guide for a good little while because we really liked the sentiment behind that, right? The idea that it's about discovering new favorites,
Right.
That has always resonated with me, the whole, it's not just nostalgia angle, right?
Right, exactly.
And so, this game, I got at some point in the past.
This is
probably the past 7-8 years, probably sometime. And it's good. And I double checked for you. I was pretty sure, but it does have infinite continues.
Okay.
So I
I recall you
like,
having a hard
you-
time with it. I have no idea if I'm going to finish it, but
I mean, I think you should make an effort if you get pretty close.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because it does not have passwords.
Okay.
Like it seems pretty tough at first, but I don't think it's especially long. And like you'll definitely get into a groove with it.
Yeah.
And you get new guns after every level.
Okay.
So it expands your arsenal in a way. Like right now, like things might seem a little tough because you're like really limited and there's a lot of enemies charging at you.
Yeah.
Like once you beat like the first level or two, I think it starts to click.
Does it get easier as you play, you think?
I mean, it definitely is pretty tough toward the end, but it's, you know, it's not insurmountable or anything. I mean, I definitely beat it in one backloggery stream.
Okay. I mean, if you did that, then I feel that I probably can too.
Yeah.
And I know that somebody asked earlier if what I was playing this on. I'm just playing it on RGB NES.
Are you upscale? I'm sure you're playing on your PVM, but are you upscaling through the OSSC or Retrode?
This is Retrode. Whoa! I was not expecting. I thought that was just like a normal enemy.
There are some really difficult enemies in the first level of this game for some reason. There was, going back, I saw that Sean Quinn either joined or rejoined as a YouTube member.
Yeah, it looks like he's been doing
For
it
that?
like times 15. He's been doing it for, I think 15 months at this point.
Wow. And there was also $10 from Rad Ranger.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, saying good evening and happy August. You know, yeah, speaking of it being August, you know, I was really kind of hoping for the N64 digital video to release yesterday, because this has got to be the longest gap in videos that we've ever had.
I think so.
And I sincerely apologize for it, because, you know, and that Asha video was really just meant to be a little thing.
Yeah.
It was like early June. I was like, well, at least we'll have a video in June and July, even if they were, you know, closer to 2 months apart than not.
Yes.
But no, I'm afraid there is no July video. I'm very, very sorry about that. I was close, and I am close. I've got like less than 2 minutes of editing left to do in the video.
They just fly away and that's
so
it?
your gun gauge, like that is shared, I believe, by all of your weapons. So you can choose a different gun to use if you want, but it'll drain your gun gauge.
Right.
But it looks like you already have some.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Oh, wouldn't that suck if that killed me, because I couldn't move. That last shot hit me.
well, yeah, I think you had a pretty strong first level showing there.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. It's kind of fun because I think that it's been a little while since or at least since I played like an older game on stream.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that too. Like, I feel like it's been a while since, like, I did Alex Kidd a few weeks ago, but it was the remake. I feel like it's been a pretty good while since we just got cozy with an old game on a stream, you know?
Yeah.
And committed to finishing it for the first time.
And this is good. I started to realize recently that I said, if, you know, at the end of the year video, I won't have, like, if I don't watch it, I won't have very many older games to talk about. But if I finish this, I will have finished 2 games today, which is kind of a rarity.
Oh, what else did you finish?
I started on Friday night and played a little bit yesterday and was able to finish it up. Is Gris, however you pronounce it.
Oh yeah, that that art game.
Yes.
Right? It's not an art game, but like everything I read about it was talking about the art style.
Yeah, and it is just like it is a great game. It was great.
Do you think it's something I would have liked, or?
Oh, I thought you did not get it. You didn't get it when it was.
No, I didn't get it. I just didn't think it looked that interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Was it one of them their feeling games?
It is, but I mean, it certainly has more platforming and than you would expect. But I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be impossible to die in the game because I never died. But I think that it's set up in a way that you can't die. You just have to You might just have to try like platforming sections like a couple of times. But the music is so good, and you know, I can appreciate it when a game is, I don't know, like 3.5 hours long. I wish that more games were 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Let's see if this game is 3.5 hours long.
Probably. I mean, I hope.
If you do halfway decent anyway. But yeah, so anyway, I've got like less than 2 minutes of video to edit. Mm-hmm. I'm rendering like 19 minutes of the video right now as a ProRes to kind of get that out of the way. And then, so my hope is that I'll be able to pretty comfortably get the rest of the video edited and rendered tomorrow. And, you know, and then hopefully Tuesday morning, definitely sometime Tuesday. Like I it's hard for me to imagine any unforeseen circumstances delaying it beyond Tuesday. Like it'll be Tuesday sometime, hopefully Tuesday morning. But it's going to be about a 30-minute video. And you know, firmware updates have been happening on it, like...
Yeah, it would have been done, but it seems like features keep on getting added, like throughout your entire experience of, like, making
features keep getting added, things keep getting sort of tweaked and improved. You know, I had to redo some audio.
And you're able to play a part in some of that stuff, which is kind of neat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you know, I sort of suggested some things about the menu that I thought were a little illogical. Things like that. You know, I mentioned sort of an issue with the audio that they were already aware of. And you know, and it was largely fixed a couple of days ago. The audio sounds a lot better now. But they like plan to like completely overhaul it with a polyphase sampler. Mm-hmm. But you know, for you know what they could get done quickly is really good right now. And the really cool and surprising thing they added the other day was vertical scan lines, which was cooler than you thought it was going to be. I think it's very cool. You know, I believe my first thought was, why would there be vertical scan lines? I don't think there's any like Tate games for N64. It's actually for like kind of, or at least this is my interpretation, like I think is for creating a like shadow mask-esque effect. So you combine it with horizontal scan lines. And the scan lines are like so crazy good. The brightness and saturation compensation are just mwah. It's you have a ton of control over how the vertical and horizontal and how you combine them. I probably talk longer about the scan lines than I've ever talked about scan lines in a video before, because they're really, really good. And you know, normally scan lines are just like fine, but I'm acknowledging that they're there because some people gotta have them. I'm usually not like actually impressed with them. Like my feeling has always been, if I'm going to play on HDTV, I just want the pixels. If I'm going to play on CRT, sure, scan lines are fun. They're great. They give it a particular look that I love. But like, you know, the artificial ones, But here, I could actually see myself maybe using these because they are really, really well done. And I think people who always use them will be thoroughly impressed. It's so good. But yeah, so look for that on Tuesday, hopefully in the morning, but we shall see. And I do apologize for how long it has taken. It's just it doesn't feel like a video that should have taken as long as it has, but it has. Little things have come up along the way.
And we're gonna hopefully we should have a video to follow it, like within a reasonable time frame. I'm gonna do a quick video. I wasn't planning on it originally, but I just had an opportunity to do what I feel is gonna be a quick video on the Super HD System 3 from Terra Onion, like just the new one.
I mean, that doesn't sound all that exciting, like on the surface, because it's sort of a minor update on
right. And I mean that's very much
the thing that did get me excited when you were telling me about the new features is it does have and I'd like to, I mean, obviously you'll have to do a comparison to see how well implemented it is. I think you can stand on that.
Okay, well, I think that thing killed me with one hit.
I think you can stand on the tank if it makes it easier for you to hit.
I feel like it might be easier to dodge stuff.
Yeah, you might need to duck.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I might be remembering wrong. But anyway, it has the Mister, the composite palette for RGB, which to my knowledge, no mod has.
That was easy.
So that would be, I think, the first original hardware method for playing. Wow, that was pretty quick.
Yeah.
The first original hardware method for getting the composite palette over RGB, which that's actually really exciting to me. Because I almost, even though I love to play on my original consoles, I almost kind of have a leaning to play PC Engine on the Mister over my modded real system just because of the color palette,
Yeah.
Anyone who's confused about that, I discuss it in Analog Frontiers Part 3, the composite palette that is in Mister. So I think that's really exciting. But anyway, I'm super behind. Speaking of Shadow Masks, there was $2 from Shadow Mask a while back. Before I was talking about Shadow Masks. Thank you. Saying learn to fly or learn to dive. Ooh.
I mean, that's the thing. I feel that diving especially is something that I have no, deep sea diving. No.
Mike, no. I mean, what about just diving off the coast and coral reefs?
Oh, that's fine, but deep sea diving, no.
I mean, I don't think deep sea was necessarily implied.
Oh, okay. Well, even
that is tough. I would say flying is more interesting to me, but
I mean, now that you've experimented with Microsoft Flight Simulator,
yeah, we both put a little time into Microsoft. We got Microsoft Flight Simulator this week.
Flew around, found my old house, my childhood home, because I grew up really close to an airport.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you do lose a lot of the buildings don't really have branding and things on them. So at first it can be a little hard to get your bearings when you're somewhere that you know.
Right.
But the shape of the buildings, I mean, it seems like every single structure in the world has a polygonal representation in the game.
Not always. I mean, I don't think that my hometown mall had one. It was just the map, like the flat.
Oh really?
Map
Well,
style. I was kind of
I did.
disappointed by that.
A movie theater near my house was totally flat, but like all the buildings around it. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of it is derived from AI.
We're
so
just like looking at maps and saying like, oh, this is the building.
I'm sure a lot of it is based on, just that data. They obviously didn't place every. I mean, they think that my neighbors across the street live in a warehouse.
Right. And then you live in a warehouse, right?
Their interpretation of some structures is a little off, but still the gist is there. And especially when you're more high up. Even when you're low down, like the trees look really good. Like just like flying low over the tree looks really, really good. It's neat. Like I have no idea how much time I'm going to put into it. Like I definitely want to like make it a thing where like if we're talking about like where a game developer is from in a video, like I want to make it a thing like just like
continue.
Fly over the city in Flight Simulator. Like I want to make that a thing.
If you can make the plane disappear, it'd be cool.
I mean, you might be able to.
I wish you could make it so that you could make street names appear. That would make finding.
It is a little confusing to navigate. Like I wish you could just like make a Google Maps route through it.
Right.
Like and make the plane like follow the road.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I believe you can make a flight plan to go between airports, but I don't think you can follow a road per se.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like the airport that I grew up around, there is this kind of like a plateau type thing right across the street from it, and then in the following years they connected the runway to extend the runway to this plateau. So they built like a big tunnel or like over around the road and then, connected the runway. And I look at that, I'm like, man, I used to go behind there and drink with my friends before we could, when we were underage. It's just funny to like see that kind of thing, I guess.
Like, it is a video game with literally the entire world in it, and like,
and it takes as long to get places as it normally would.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just so interesting to think like everyone's story that they have to tell about a place. Like, you could go there in that game,
Yeah, I wish you could cycle through the weapons. It's neat. Select button.
I'm going to. I'm looking forward to showing it to my dad sometime. I think he'll think it's really neat.
Yeah.
Like he'll probably want to. He grew up right on the Pacific coast, so I'm sure he's gonna like want to find his old house in it and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe at the end of the stream, if there's time, I'll boot it up and I'll fly around.
Yeah.
My childhood home.
But to get back to the original question, fly or dive, I don't know. Like if we're talking like lightweight diving around coral reefs, I'd be pretty nervous about it, but I don't know. Flying I think would be a lot more rewarding. But also a lot scarier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. There was $1.99 from Dingus Glart. Thank you, saying here's to the cicadas returning in 13 years.
I thought it was 17 years.
I think some were 17 and some were 13.
Okay, well.
And some were every year.
Yeah.
I don't know how many yours are. Yours 17?
I think Brood X might be 17 years. Because I was busy like doing all the math and everything for my daughter. And like, oh, you're gonna be like in your 20s when they're back next time.
you think we'll have like a PlayStation 8 by then? We probably won't even have hit PlayStation 9 yet.
Yeah, well, probably more than that. I'm guessing.
If modern video games are still even a thing we want to engage in at that point,
right?
we might still be playing PlayStation 5s if someone's come up with a solution to the CMOS stuff. There was also $5 from Aaron Welsh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, when is the Voltar/Try N64 marathon going to happen? I've not heard of such a thing, but I understand Voltar is not the biggest N64. I didn't know that until he put out that video. He said, he was not. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I assumed Voltar probably liked the N64, but he certainly likes N64 mods.
Yeah.
Speaking of Voltar, there was in our Discord channel, someone said something about they were in elementary school when Skyrim released, and someone posted a GIF of that scene from Metal Gear Solid 4 where Snake has like it's like young Snake.
Yeah.
Like as a camo thing, and then he like morphs into old Snake.
Yeah.
And like when I was watching that GIF play out, like I could like not see young Snake as Voltar. Like not only does Voltar do like the best David Hayter impression I've ever heard, like he actually legit kind of looks like Solid Snake. Like
I never even thought about that.
Solid Snake in a Metal Gear movie.
Maybe he will. Wouldn't that be crazy?
There was also $2 again from Shadow Mask.
Oh.
Talk about Shadow Masks, and and he wants to. Well, he's all over them super chats. And thoughts on Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, that font. Yeah, I mean, at least it sounds like people have come up with, at least on PC, I'm not sure about on the mobile versions. On PC, they've come up with some workarounds. I've even seen one that was based on the Mystic Quest font.
Yeah, that was like the most recent edition. I have not been paying super close attention. But from what I've heard, they're supposedly pretty good.
Aside from the font?
Yeah. I assume that they are, like, based on, like,
hopefully they've heard, like, so much bad complaints about the font that if console versions happen, that they will have made an improvement. Or at least have an alternative font option. I mean, I would definitely like to buy them if there's like a physical console version, but if not, like, I mean, there's like so many ways I can already play those games. The most interesting thing, though, for sure, is a pixel version of Final Fantasy.
I didn't even see that thing.
Like, there's never been an official English pixel version of Final Fantasy 3.
Right, and that's probably the most exciting thing about it. Jeez.
For sure. I mean, I really do, though. I really like. I really like the 3D remake. I don't know if that's that popular of an opinion. I mean, I think a lot of the complaints.
Well, I don't really like many of I guess I haven't really played the version of 4.
Oh, but I mean, I swore that version off as soon as I saw a trailer that calls Cecil Cecil.
Oh.
I am not listening to that over the entire course of Final Fantasy 4. I refuse to accept that as his proper pronunciation. He is not Cecil.
I wish you could really just.
I really like the 3D remake of 3. I think it's good. I like the art style a lot in it. But I think a lot of people were kind of down on the game, but I think a lot of that was just really them being down on Final Fantasy 3 because the job system is not anywhere near as robust as it is in Final Fantasy 5. It probably skews much closer to like a Dragon Quest job system, which is usually really basic. Maybe even more basic than that. You don't have so much, the ability to like mix and match and do cool job combinations and things. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing I never bought like, Chrono Trigger or any of the previous pixel or not so pixel versions of Final Fantasy like 4, 5, and 6 on PC. But because again, like I would rather
like way
play
too long for my liking.
I'd rather play the Super Nintendo versions anyway. But I would definitely get them as physicals, especially for Final Fantasy.
Oh, maybe I get
Especially.
and
maybe is another option for replaying.
We'll do that.
The other NES and Famicom ones. Oh, hey, you did it.
I know, but now I got.
Oh, now you got the boss.
Yeah, but I'm starting here.
Ooh, this feels like a room that would have a really good save point.
Yeah, hopefully I have. Oh, do I start the boss? Probably, definitely not. Right? They would never do that. No, this
Game
level
over?
is so long. Hopefully this is not a taste of things to come. Like, well, we'll just make the level super long.
I do remember this level, so maybe some aren't so bad.
Yeah.
There was $5 from Jonathan Henson. Thank you, saying enjoying the stream while copying 480i movies and old TV shows to my Pi 4. Is connected to my consumer CRT. Ooh, that sounds like a pretty ideal way to watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I think about like, I've got like DVD sets of like, a lot of like cartoon shows that I like grew up with and stuff. And, you look, it's like, oh, that stuff's like available in HD on streaming. Like, do I really need these DVDs anymore? Then you remember like, oh, but like playing that on a CRT, like that's kind of a whole other experience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I actually would capitalize on that experience. I feel like that's something I could easily do and in all likelihood probably wouldn't. But I like the idea that I could. There was a $2 super chat from Gape Horn. Thank you. Saying shout out SUNY Buffalo.
Oh yeah, SUNY Buffalo.
Alma mater.
Yeah. Thanks again, Gape.
Oh, is that
No,
is this someone you know?
No.
Or have talked to before?
No.
Maybe it is Gape. I don't know. I read it as Gape, like grape, but without an R.
Yeah, I know.
Apologies. I suspect Coury was correct.
Yeah. I've not been back there in quite a long time.
Did you fly over it in Flight Simulator?
No, I haven't. I've only flown around Jamestown, which is where I grew up. And I guess I flew around Cincinnati from my house here. It's funny though. My son was watching me play it for a minute, and he's like, "Wait, is this a real plane flying outside right now?"
Like, I can understand. Like, I can understand a little kid thinking that.
Yeah, totally.
Like, it really does feel like it could be.
Yeah.
Like what if instead of like controlling the plane, like it just let you follow real planes that are flying right now? Like, that would actually be a really cool move.
That would be really cool. I mean, as long as it's like after they have flown, I think. That probably could be like a bad
I mean,
thing.
you can track planes using
Yeah.
using like the Delta website or whatever.
Yeah. No, stay away from me. These things, they get on top of you. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was really cool. It made me realize that you know, flying for real is much more difficult than video games portray it to be.
Sure. I mean, it's not that. I mean, after I got a little bit used to it, at least, you know, the default controls, which are, you know,
Right.
I think meant to be pretty friendly, are not that difficult. Like, one of the first things I did was I went to the airport that I flew in and out of Japan, at, you know, Narita Airport, and like I was just like, oh, like let's just go there, and I wasn't really planning to do much of anything there. But like, what amazed me was you could see Mount Fuji from where you take off.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, well, like, I mean, this is like the ultimate, like, if you can see it, you can go there, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, now I got to do it. So, like, like I prepared dinner, I ate dinner, like I just like let the plane go. Like, it took a while to get there.
Yeah, I tried to do it like from my hometown to here, and it was gonna be like 2 hours. I let it go, but then, you know, I had my controller set to go to sleep, and if your controller goes to sleep, then, you know, the game pauses.
Well, and the other thing too is like that default Cessna is like so bright white that I like would worry about OLED burn-in from like not moving the camera around, you know? Like, if you're moving the camera, I think it'd be fine, but but yeah, like it took a while to get there. Like I got a TV tray out and just like sat there eating. It took a while to get there. And then once I got there, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to climb some altitude to actually get to the top. And like, that was kind of a very much a learning experience for how to gain altitude effectively, which was quite challenging. But, you know, I kind of wrapped my head around it. And like, it took a long time to actually get to the top. And like, I searched on my phone while I was doing it, like, how tall is Mount Fuji? And it was like over 12,000 feet or something like that. And that, sure enough, like it was like 12,300, I think. And sure enough, that's, you know, that's how far I had to climb to get to the top.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's neat. It is neat. There was also 2 pounds from Engine UK. Thank you, saying playing Final Fantasy VII PS5 as we speak. Thanks for the recommend. Well, thank you. You know, I always appreciate when
it's cheap that I do that, but I'm using a N30 controller, and I'm gonna use that rapid fire to make myself like jump, like without being annoying.
You know, I always appreciate when people thank us for recommending or whatever, like things that we were relatively critical on. Because, man, it seems like the bosses don't really take that long at all once you start going for them. I don't quite remember that being the case.
How many levels
but, like,
are
you know,
eight?
We were relatively critical on the Final Fantasy VII remake. And, you know, but nonetheless, like, some people have, like, been like, oh, you know, thanks for, you know, your opinion on that. It seems like something I would enjoy. And I always appreciate that, like, even when, you know, we have plenty of downsides to talk about to a game, Like people can still see through that and be like, oh, but this looks like something from me. And they aren't like annoyed by our opinion on it.
Right.
Like a lot of people who like really like something would like get annoyed if you say anything critical at all.
That's just
they're just like, well, you're just looking for problems. You're just being too critical.
I mean, that's just the world we're living in right now, where people are too attached to things, I think, and if any problems or if anyone has a problem with it, it's usually their problem and not, it's like they're just like looking at it raw, or
But I do, I mean, both of us have said, we said it in the games we played in 2020, like our feelings of annoyance with Final Fantasy VII Remake have definitely cooled.
Yeah. Did you play Intergrade yet?
I have. I mean, other than just testing it out, like I really want to, but I'm going to play the Yuffie stuff first.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, that's what
I have not played Yuffie yet, but I want to do it relatively soon.
Yeah.
And then
it's like a day. It's like a.
Oh, so you've done it?
Yeah. I did it after I finished Ratchet and Clank.
I mean, what I want to do is like I want to play that on normal, and like depending on how I'm feeling after doing that, like maybe I'll go ahead and do hard mode in the main game.
Yeah.
But like it's definitely something I wanna play again.
Mm-hmm.
But the PS5 version is definitely pretty slick.
Yeah.
And there was $5 from EB Chill 2. Thank you.
Thanks.
Saying good evening, enjoying the stream on my break while playing Phantasy Star Nova on my Vita.
Ah.
Have a great week, everybody. Have you played through Phantasy Star Nova?
No, that's the Japanese only.
You have it though, don't you?
Yeah, I bought it just because.
It's Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
So what is Phantasy Star New Genesis or whatever?
So it's.
Because I booted it up out of curiosity a couple of weeks ago, and it my character was still there, but like when I booted the game, like it's like a whole new opening cutscene, and like I'm not on the ship anymore. Like, can I access the old content still?
I believe you can. Yeah. I think it's essentially. It's kind of like, from what little I've played of it, it's essentially like Phantasy Star Online 2.5, probably. You have the same character, but it's like, it has a whole new story, whole new world, and you can bring in your character from Phantasy Star Online 2, but it's like hundreds of years after, maybe thousands of years after.
Okay.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, there's these girls like getting you out of a pod at the beginning,
right.
So they're probably
what?
Like. You've probably been like in cryo.
Did I literally just hit select?
Oh no. Oh no. Is hitting select back to the title screen? For some reason?
Did that just happen?
Oh no.
I don't know if I just bumped select as I was hitting start.
Oh no.
Pretty Please is saying you might have run out of controllers or continues. I think it's only 2 to 3.
I thought there was infinite continues. I read that there's infinite continues, and to verify with my memory.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a difference between like American and Japanese versions in that regard.
Pretty Please say there's a cheat code. Increase continues up to 9.
I saw that too, but I read somewhere else about infinite continues. And I could have swore I remembered infinite continues, and I wouldn't have used the cheat code. You know, because I streamed this on the backloggery, and that wouldn't have flown there.
I mean, it's very possible I should.
You know what you're doing, and you can probably get back there really quick.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I gotta play through that stupid long level again. But yeah. I mean, I know what I'm doing, so I can. I'll tank it.
The Nefarious said it's a standalone expansion where you can take your characters back and forth. So it's, I mean, Phantasy Star Online 1 had that kind of stuff too, right? Like when you all did that stream, you like went to that like beach area, right? Like that was not part of the
That's
original.
That's like episode 2 or whatever.
So this is probably essentially like episode 2 of that, right?
Well, it's hard to say if that's like a appropriate way to explain that, because there's been so many episodes already, and they've been labeled episodes. I mean, the physical copy I have for the PS4 is episode 4. It says like right on it, episode 4.
Well, there was 499 super chat from D.
Ah.
Thank you, saying My Life in Gaming rocks. Wasn't aware of Silius, but looks awesome, so thanks. Also please ask Voltar if he can restock the interface unit RGB board, please. Well, I want to talk to him about whether it's possible to make a composite palette version of that mod.
Yeah.
I mean,
so she was saying that it's 3 lives, 3 continues.
Really?
So that makes it pretty impressive that you're able to finish it.
I'm pretty sure I did in one stream. Gosh. I mean, it was definitely difficult, but...
How many levels are there, though? So if there's like one more level after the one I was at, then that would make sense. I'd be okay with that.
There's like a pretty crazy auto-scrolling level that I think is like the second to last. Let me look it up. But yeah, you know, to be honest, I want to say that he made the interface unit RGB board like kind of because he was the one that originally RGB modded my interface unit, and I think he wasn't like entirely happy with the method, you know, that he had to use with existing techniques, and so he kind of made that board and, you know, redid my mod for me. Mm-hmm. But now I kind of hate to say, but I'd love to ask him to redo it again because if he could implement the composite mod or the composite palette on it, that would be amazing. Because like, I mean, I feel like, I mean, it's just such a hugely important thing that has come up in PC Engine, and so few people know about it. And
well, like, yeah, I mean, it's fairly new.
And I think a lot of people think that it's just that one scene in Startling Odyssey 2 that has like the missing band in the sky. But it's like, it's a lot more than that. Like, I think the biggest thing is that skin tones look a lot more natural. Like, they're kind of more of a reddish, I mean, not really, but they tend more red on the RGB palette versus the composite palette. So, I mean, I think it's really neat, and I would love to have that on my real system sometime. Yeah, I should talk to him about that because I'm very curious what his thoughts on implementing that are. Okay, let's look up the guides and see how many levels.
And see if it says about continues. Because
What stage were you on?
I think I was on 4, maybe 5. And if there is a code that increases continues, I'm not above doing that.
if you die out again and doesn't seem like you're like right there, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I would still say if you do that, you can mark it. You can mark the game beat.
Yeah.
Maybe
you know
not
what?
complete, but you can mark it beat.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
I mean, you could if you wanted to, but you know.
Yeah. But.
So stage 5 is you must have been on 4. Stage 5 is the auto scroller.
Okay.
And it's, I believe, a pretty short level, I think. Okay, so yeah, you were not that far off because stage 5 is the last stage.
Okay.
And then there's the boss of stage 5, and then boss 6 is its own level.
All right. So I'm gonna put in this code for. So apparently you have to hit. On title screen, hit the B button exactly 33 times and press start. If you did it correctly, instead of hearing explosion and starting the game like normal, you'll go to a hidden options menu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. There we are.
I have been looking at the chat here and there, Shinjan. I just haven't
We'll do that.
haven't had a moment to respond to too many.
And there we go. We'll do it this way.
What'd you put in? 99?
No, 9 is the max.
No, 9 is the max. Okay,
Yeah.
that's still.
So it's not like over the top.
No, it's really not. But you know, I really like that the final boss is
Is it its own
you
level?
know its own, like that's one of my favorite things the games can do. Is like give the final boss its own level.
Yes.
Doesn't
Blaster Master also have limited continues? So I guess maybe it's just like a Sunsoft thing.
Yeah, Blaster Master does. The Japanese version has unlimited though.
Oh, okay.
Drum played through that.
I mean, in Blaster Master, it's a long game.
It is, yeah. Is that Hebereke on those flyers? On the brick wall? I mean, you're already past them. Kind of looks like Hebereke.
That's how you say his name? I have no idea like how to say it. I've always said Hebereke, or Heberique. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it would be Hebereke.
Yeah, definitely. I've always just. It's like more of like a penguin, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I think it looks like it could be.
If this was a Capcom game, I would say, oh, it's Icy Penguigo. Icy Penguigo is probably my favorite. I mean, it's not even like a real name.
I mean, it is a real name.
It is a real name, but it's just I think it's hilarious. Like
it's his Japanese name, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's for my money, it's funnier than Duff McWhalen.
Dory Hanzo saying Hebereki is a penguin. I mean, I was pretty sure he was, but the way you were saying, I was like, is he really? Maybe he's not, but I think he is.
Come on, they just like make me wait.
Something I've thought about streaming sometime, although I'm kind of nervous about how difficult it could be. Like maybe I should practice a bit before I decide to stream it, because every time I've played it, I've not been able to get very far. But I got, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, I got Super Spy Hunter.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really expensive. Did you pay a lot for it when you got it?
No, I paid like $30 for it.
The American version?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I think it's.
What does it cost now?
I think it's expensive now. I don't know how much it actually costs.
No,
that's one I would love to get, because I wasn't aware that it's like it kind of as cool as it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, I learned about it from Good Vibe Collecting. Actually, I didn't even like. I had probably like seen it in passing and just never thought much of anything about it. Like I've always had a soft spot for Spy Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just never really cared to read up about it. And then he's like, "Oh, it's a Sunsoft game." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
No, I need
it has good music, and it's kind of a impressive looking game. I think that
yeah,
it was in a game sack, like games that push the hardware limitations episode. I think.
Yeah. It's neat. I should try to learn to play it a little better, maybe before streaming it. Like I should like get a feel for it in the first level. I'm like, because I don't want to pick it for the stream if I feel like I'm going to waste everyone's time and get nowhere in it. Yeah, it's really cool. No, I want to say I got it like, I don't know, sometime in 2019 or maybe early 2020. It was like $30. It was a Video Game World.
I'm envious. That's one that I have not been paying attention to. Like I haven't had any kind of urge really at all to buy like older games in a while. Like I guess in like the last year, like it's been I will go and I will like look at stuff and I'm like, nothing's really sparking my interest at all.
I mean, I did a couple of. I really got bit by the import bug early this year.
Mm-hmm.
I imported a bunch of stuff. But outside of that, no, not really. I mean, I went to Video Game World, maybe month and a half ago, and I got some things, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I've been hanging on to my birthday money since
your birthday.
Yeah.
And then it's like your birthday again. Isn't it? Was your birthday? Did it just happen, or is it like coming up?
No. So I'll be what, 37? Is that right? Soon.
Yeah.
But no, I've been hanging on money to spend it at Video Game World, and burn a hole in my wallet, and now it is gone. But I mean, I got some neat things, but it wasn't like a massive buy or anything, though.
Yeah.
Nothing was like crazy expensive either. They had I'm sure would have liked to have gotten some of the $400 or $500 PS1 games they had there, but
I mean, it's like PS1 games right now is like insane to me.
That's probably the most depressing thing to me about the current game prices is PS1, because I feel like it has possibly the most stuff that I wish I had that I don't.
Yeah. Ugh.
But a lot of those games were already like pushing $100,
Yeah.
It's just that now those are
and they're like, I mean, there's not a lot that I even want on the PS1 at this point. I feel that I have most of the games that I have considered, and a lot of those is just because like I got them like when they released. And there, you know, what's funny is a lot of the really expensive stuff is that I wouldn't mind getting again. Is like stuff that I had in the past, but I like sold. You know, stuff that is like really expensive, like Tactics Ogre and stuff like, and you know, like Suikoden 2, stuff like that. Like stuff that I've had.
There's a lot of the more like, you know, obscure but interesting. A lot of the weird RPGs like Kudelka or Thousand Arms and stuff like that. I mean, I should look at the Japanese prices for a lot of those. I mean, you know.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, I did take a hit though. See, that's crazy. Does that take off life when I get hit? Watch the stream. Do I take that last hit there? Do I lose life from it?
I didn't quite. I saw you get hit, but I didn't see how much life you had before that. A lot of people seem pretty impressed with my my Super Spy Hunter buy.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I mean, people are saying it's like 60 to 100. Sounds like. But yeah, I mean, that was not that long ago.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect copy by any means, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think it had some Sharpie on it that I removed.
Yeah, it seems,
you know, for the
small price to pay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would be lying if I said that I was really excited about like buying games right now, and I'm just like not excited about buying like any game. I don't know if it's just like,
I mean, the price probably feeds into that somewhat.
Yeah, especially when I know that things are going to just be stupid expensive, or you know, like
I think that's a big part of the reason why
when you go to some place, like I went to some place on my way back from Columbus a couple months ago, and there's just like nothing had prices on them. You had to like physically bring it up to the register, and then they would look it up right there.
Oh gosh.
Like that sucks, and that's is no fun for anybody except for not even for them probably, because you know that somebody's gonna hear that and they'll be like, oh, I don't want it.
Yeah. I mean, that, you know, that might be part of the reason that you know, imports have been the most interesting thing to me lately, because, you know, generally Japanese versions are cheaper.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a bunch of import games earlier this year, but you know, I don't really have that bug right now.
These replenishments
like
give you so little health. It's funny how little health they give you restore.
Like it's almost like why is it even there?
Just give me more gunpowder instead.
Yeah. There was $2 from Ben Brody. Thank you, saying put the game down. Get a Fest is going on right now.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
Have you partook?
No.
Remind me what Geta is again. I had it once before. It's some sort of weird.
It's kind of like a sausage. Like it's kind of like a grainy sausage type. I mean, I'm not sure. Like it's very sausage-esque. I'm not sure if it's exactly like straight up sausage.
Isn't it in like it's like slices though?
You can get it in slices, but you can also like, you know, I like omelets with it.
It's just like a
it's kind of like a grainy. It has like kind of a grainy texture to it.
I guess it's mostly a northern Kentucky, southern Ohio sort of thing.
Yeah. but it's good. And you know, there's the thing is,
I had it on a burger there once.
yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it.
$2 some Potbelly Punch. Thank you. Saying, ironic, PS1 reaches new money highs after X Station. It's true. I mean, you know, X Station, I think X Station is I mean, I haven't been playing a lot of PlayStation 1 lately, but you know, I do think it's going to kind of be my main way to play PS1 going forward, is using the X Station along with the PS1 digital. But that doesn't change the fact that I want to own the games I'm going to be, you know, putting time in, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and they're good for B-roll and stuff, you know? I like to be able to show the physical objects in videos because, you know, it just provides context for what this thing is, you know?
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm not even sure, like, I'm sure if I looked at a list of PS1 stuff, I could find plenty of stuff that I wish that I could get. But at this point, like, I'm just like, I don't feel any real desire or enthusiasm about it. I don't know. I don't know if it's just, you know, like the last year, or if it's just, you know, if I'm just like feeling like tired of it, like tired of like thinking about it. If I just need to like, but I just don't feel like a lot of excited about it.
You've already got more than enough games unfinished in your collection already to last you the rest of your life. So.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, it's not like it's critical to need to want more games.
Right.
Speaking of X Station, though, to kind of make a bit of a segue, talking about X Station reminded me that I still need to finish my run of Parasite Eve that I started a couple of months ago on X Station. That was part of the MLiG Game Club game of May, I think.
Mm-hmm. But they have a poll up for a new one.
Well,
right?
yeah, Henry Clark wanted us to give a plug on the stream tonight for the MLiG Game Club on the Discord channel tonight, because I guess because it's August 1st, so I think voting ends tonight. They are doing, I believe, because Henry Clark is very, very busy right now. Did not really have time to think of a lot of possibilities. But it arguably ties into the today's DF Retro. They are the worst Star Wars game. So you're voting to play for the August game of the month, the worst Star Wars game on the MLiG Game Club. Might be interesting. Maybe it won't be that bad. All of these are things that I know nothing about other than Connect Star Wars. There's Connect Star Wars for the 360. Star Wars Yoda Stories for the PC or Game Boy Color.
I always thought Yoda Stories, that was the first like official release of, wasn't it the first official release of like deleted scenes from the first one with like Biggs, like with like Biggs on Tatooine.
I mean, do you play as, you don't play as Yoda in it, do you?
I don't know. Like maybe it's
because I was going to say like Game Boy Color, like that's got to be pre-episode 2 most likely, right? So like no one had seen Yoda fight before.
Right.
So it probably has nothing to do with Yoda fighting. It's probably just called Yoda Stories for some reason. Apparently considered really bad, but I was not aware of it. There's also Star Wars Obi-Wan for the Xbox, which I have heard of but don't know anything about. And there's Star Wars Demolition for PS1 and Dreamcast. What is that about? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know. Is that better or worse than Super Bombad Racing, I wonder?
I mean, Demolition. I mean, it sounds like an attempt
What if
to
it was
capitalize on like.
What if like a Star Wars version of Blast Corps?
I mean, that would be amazing, but it's probably more.
They should make that game.
It's probably more just like a regular, like a Vigilante 8 or what's the PlayStation series? I'm drawing a blank on the name of. Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah.
Probably something like that. I'm just guessing. But right now, Connect Star Wars and Star Wars Yoda Stories are tied.
Oh yeah, I have Star Wars Connect. I'd play that.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it might be a funny stream.
I got a sealed copy of that from Goodwill for I think $2. I'll tell you, like my Goodwill used to be pretty good. Imagine that. And I have barely been in months or a year, really, honestly, because it's so bad now. It's like I don't even think they have any. You can't even find sports games.
Wow. I mean, my Goodwill's horrible too, but that's mostly because we've got the grid here, you know?
Yeah.
Anything that is cool electronics, they sell at the grid instead.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vigilante 8, apparently Star Wars Demolition is from same devs as Vigilante 8, according to the chat. Which is a game I've not put much time into, but I loaded up, I think it was Vigilante 8 2 on the EverDrive to demonstrate Bob deinterlacing. And this was just one of those happy editing accidents. I was like not thinking about this in any way whatsoever.
That's my first continue on stage 4, by the way.
But that's not bad.
Sorry, I mean that.
Yeah. So Vigilante 8, I was demonstrating Bob deinterlacing, and this was just one of those happy editing accidents where, like, I wasn't even thinking about when I was recording the clip, but the character who I was using for the clip, and it's just the character select screen, and it's an astronaut named Bob O.
Bob O.
Yeah, and it's. Well, I mean, like, last name is O. It's like Bob space O period.
I don't understand how these things work.
So, like, I'm using Bob to demonstrate Bob.
Bob. Maybe if in some strange world I'll actually like finish it within the
3 continues.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if I did that?
If you do though, then I would mark the game complete.
Yeah. Oh.
On the backlog.
It'd be funny, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I would mark it beat. If you
Oh yeah.
More than that.
Yes, I am not above. I ain't got time for that. Like, it's like, well, if I feel like these days, if I need to play on an easy, if I just feel like having a easy experience playing something, I'm still gonna mark it beat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, like, for example, what I did with Punch Out was at first, I think I did mark it complete, but then later changed it to beat. Because once I beat Super Macho Man.
Happen.
Once I beat Super Macho Man, I started using the Tyson code.
Right.
But the game never gives you that. The last password the game ever gives you is Super Macho Man. So technically, you should beat both Super Macho Man and Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
using the Super Macho Man password to play by the game's true rules. So I did later do that, but the first time I beat it was just using the Tyson code. But I did that on that HD CRT originally. I wonder how much lag it had. Probably not that bad, but who knows? And then I rebeat it on that 768p screen, the LCD that I got a while later. But I used the Time Sleuth on that not that long ago, and I was actually surprised. I think it might actually be very low lag, which I was not expecting.
The what?
This old 768p Sony LCD TV that I have from like 2010. Although part of me was skeptical because I'm like, maybe the ghosting on this TV is so bad that the Time Sleuth can't
I'm hitting...
analyze it.
I feel like this game has some input lag. I don't
Like just inherent lag?
Yeah. Like when my jumps don't feel as snappy as I need them to be. Or I'm just getting psyched out.
Or maybe controller issues. I don't know.
See, like right there. Like what was going on there? I was hitting it. I was pressing the button.
You looked like you were trying to duck. Is your D-pad screwing you up?
No, I mean I'm not.
But it looked like you were ducking. It looked like you were ducking while you were on the falling block.
Because it makes you like drop when it drops, and I think that if you don't hit, like if you try to hit jump right away, it's like you're in this weird gap of like not being on a platform where maybe you like have like a split. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it drops out from underneath you, so you're technically in the air for a split second.
Sure. Well, those things psych me out too. There was a $5 super chat from Mega X6 with no comment, but thank you as always. And there was $5 from Old Container 7 saying, loving this game choice. Was hard to tell if it was NES or Master System. Guessing it is NES though. And you are correct. It is NES, but now that you say it, I can kind of see what you mean by thinking it has maybe a little Master System feel to it. I feel like Master System games would probably not fill as much screen space because they're usually kind of letterboxed. I mean, the color palette is a little different from Master System, but yeah, I can see what you mean, though. I can definitely see what you mean. Like the character kind of, I feel like he looks like he could be from Zillion 3.
Probably be better than any potential Zillion 3 would have been.
He is like kind of a pretty. He's pretty lame looking as far as NES.
He's like ultra generic.
Yeah, well, I mean, for the people that don't know, I mean, the story behind this game is it was a Terminator game originally. Sunsoft was all about them licenses, and they had the Batman license and stuff, and they ring that for all it was worth, to the point where Return of the Joker it's good. I enjoy it, but it's so weird that I'm convinced that it did not start life as a Batman game.
I think that might have been the last NES game I played on stream.
Oh yeah, it's probably true. So you stream Sunsoft NES games.
I guess so.
But this started off as a Terminator game. So I'm sure the character looked a little different, but I mean, you were supposed to be playing as Kyle Reese.
See, what about that? You see that? Wait.
Oh, you were so close.
Yeah, it's like, what are you supposed to do?
Well, you probably should have shot down the enemy before it got to you.
I'm trying to get it to show up before, but it worked. It worked that time.
Play Spellcaster on Master System and Dick Tracy. I got Spellcaster.
Yeah.
I got that when you, me, and Joey went to that place.
Oh, and it was it Nostalgic Video Games?
Was it that?
I went there with John. It was with John. We went with John.
I wasn't there with John.
No, we went there with John like 3 years ago.
Then you, me, and Joey went too, right?
No, I've only been to this place a couple of times.
It may have been a different one then. It was they had like these tall cases. They had like games in them.
I got some maybe that sounds.
Got some Virtual Boy stuff there. It was in.
Oh,
it was
yes,
in
that was okay. Then that was Nostalgic Video Games.
Yeah.
I do recall now.
Oh, the only game shopping I think I ever had a chance to do with John was when we were in Indianapolis.
Yeah. The first time I went to Nostalgic Video Games was with John. We went with John.
Yeah, I want to stream.
Spellcaster.
Well, Spellcaster. What's the other one? I'm drawing a blank on the name.
Oh, Mystic Defender. Mystic Defender would be a lot more stream friendly because Spellcaster has some.
It has like some RPG elements.
Yeah, or
like
not like so much
RPG,
but yeah, adventure, like point and click type stuff.
Right. Yeah. Spellcaster's definitely been Spellcaster and Lord of.
How do I get this guy?
Or was it Ringmaster? What's the ring game called?
Hang on. Come on, then his head comes out. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Oh!
Sounds like you dropped your controller.
I'd set it down.
Oh no! Why am I trying to blank on the ring game?
Not Jewel Master.
Jewel Master, that's it. Yeah, I want to stream that too. I bought that because of when you streamed it that one time.
Yeah.
It like the soundtrack in that is incredible.
Yeah, it is very good. Okay, this is not that hard to get to here. The levels in this are fairly long.
Yeah, but there's not that many.
The stupid thing is I gotta defeat this thing and then it's like I still have to fight the boss. And then I'm certainly gonna die on the boss.
Joshua Helmke says, I'd rather play as John Connor's dad.
Right?
Than Kyle Reese. I assume that was his joke.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just prefer it over this doofus.
Oh, come on. But now I have no health. Whoa, this thing. I guess I can't jump on that. I can't jump on it. It looks like you can jump on it, but
it does. Oh man, game over.
I know. The levels are a little long. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
What'd you say?
So I said the levels are a little long.
Yeah. It's definitely not my favorite Sunsoft game on the NES, but it is good.
Yeah, it's solid.
Is this game still pretty cheap?
I don't think so. I think it's
Really?
I mean, I don't think it was ever like really cheap.
Oh yeah, I mean like a $15 game. Like it wasn't a behind the glass game. It was always, out in the commons.
Yeah, why haven't you shoot those things? Because you're gonna take a hit no matter what.
Oh, apparently it's like $40 now.
Yeah, well, like everything's a lot more than what we paid for it.
Well, I mean, $40 isn't what you would have paid for this game when it was new.
Right. I don't know. Where was I? I was at some place recently and was looking, and I was laughing at Panzer Dragoon Order being $45. And I think I got that for you for like $3, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was really cheap. Well, backwards compatibility may have raised the price.
Yeah, oh, that's definitely why it is expensive. For sure.
Shadow Hearts for $250 at half-price books. Oof. Yeah, I think I saw Shadow Hearts at Video Game World. I didn't even look at the price, though.
Yeah. Like the PS2 stuff that's gone up in price, like that stuff is more shocking to me than I guess.
Yeah, that is more surprising than PS1. Fortunately, like, I mean, there is a lot more PS2 stuff I'd like to get. But I feel like I've put more effort into PS2 than PS1 in recent years.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad I did, because like I sort of I feel like kind of in the lead up to working on the PS2 RGB episode, I kind of had a rekindling of love for PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because like I was just like, man, I really feel like I need more games for this system. So I can show more games in the episode, as I was, in the months leading up to it. And, PS2 games were still cheap. A lot of them still are cheap. And, I was starting to try to expand my PS2 collection, and I just realized it's like just a really fun system to just explore the library of, because I feel
vast.
like, yeah, I mean, it's just, I feel like it's the most like something for everyone system ever made. Like, there's just so many interesting and strange things on it. It's a really neat system. Like
how do you even do that?
The GameCube was my main system during that generation, and so that has kind of left me bored with GameCube in recent years, even though like GameCube is like the hot thing. But like, I kept up pretty well with GameCube during its generation. I mean, sure, I've bought a few games after the fact.
See, right there, I was certainly pressing the button, and there's like no reason for me to miss that jump at all.
You're not using your turbo button.
No.
But, so I mean, I lucked out on, keeping up with GameCube during the generation, but when the generation was done, I had more GameCube games than I had PS2 games, which I'm sure is a very unusual situation, but I did. And, as such, I've just found the PS2 to be a much more fun system for me personally, just because there's so much more left undiscovered for me. And it's just such a great system. I love the PS2.
Yeah, Yeah, but that's also another system. I can't think of a lot of stuff that I feel that I'm really missing.
I mean, there's definitely stuff that I would probably get if it wasn't all that expensive. But yeah, I'm in a pretty good place on I am satisfied with my PS2 library.
But I wonder what it is. I wonder why I just feel so apathetic about buying like stuff like that.
I mean, the prices probably have something to do with it.
Yeah.
And you've already got so much.
Yeah. There's no reason for me to like really feel like a desire to get like other stuff.
And you know, you finished your big Genesis black grid goal. Whoa, Zane's dad says PS2 had a lot of great games, but I still think it was the worst system of its generation. Wow. I don't think that at all. I mean, its library is so vast. And that was a generation where there were a lot more exclusives for systems because the consoles were so vastly different in how they worked. Like, that was really the first generation where companies like Ubisoft and EA really started to nail down multi-platform development.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you were basically making the same game for 3 platforms plus PC. But even then, there was like pretty notable differences. I mean, you know, different features, you know, different geometry and how the characters were constructed and things like that. You know, whereas today, like, you know, the PlayStation and Xbox version of a game is going to look the same. You know, it's going to be drawing from the same assets. There's not going to be any difference in, you know, character models or environment models.
I'm starting to lose my patience. I feel as though it's not functioning the way that it should be, and it's really annoying me.
But the you know, I mean, it's going to be resolution and frame rate and stuff like that divides it, you know? Whereas back then, you know, there was a lot more different. So, I mean, because the PS2 was so popular, I mean, yes, I know it was technically not the most powerful console of its generation by any means, but because it was so popular, it got a lot of exclusive games just because multi-platform development didn't make a ton of it wasn't as established back then. It was more difficult back then than it is today. And 2, just, you know, this sheer popularity in Japan and the lack of Xbox popularity in Japan just means there's a lot of third-party games that are only on the PS2. So I just think it has a lot of interesting stuff. Joe thinks you should let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, I saw also someone said, oh, you should switch to a wired controller. And
I mean, you've gone pretty all in on wireless at this point, haven't you?
I mean, I have wired controllers for every system. They're just like in my ottoman in plastic bags.
But like, could it even reach where you're sitting?
I mean, I have extensions.
Oh yeah. But you used to have extensions run.
No, I never had extensions just like sitting there, like already in there.
Didn't you used to?
I thought of the idea of like trying to do that at some point, but
I thought I could have swore you had extensions run at some point.
Maybe on certain systems that I had like really long cables for. I think I have a really long Neo, like one I can use with my Neo Geo.
I'm sure he's using the 2.4G wireless.
Indeed. And I've been able to make it past it, like, before.
There was $7.77 from guess who?
7 Kurgan, I bet.
7 Kurgan.
See, right there, it was fine. It's just that.
Saying those PS2 prices like Xenosaga Episode 3 now is between $250 and $400 depending. Lucky you guys, me, have our original copies still. Yeah, you know, that, I mean, even before PS2 prices started going up, it was only a couple of years ago that I was surprised to learn about the lenticular cover version of Xenosaga 3 being like much more valuable than the regular version, because I didn't even know they weren't all like that. I think it was the Best Buy variant. And I mean, obviously I bought the game at Best Buy. I just didn't think about it, you know. I got it, you know, probably within a week of it coming out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I cannot think of anything more frustrating than like getting involved in this stuff like now.
Oh yeah. I mean,
please let me start it. Please give me a checkpoint there. Please. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think a lot of people, you know, there was a comment recently. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I can understand where they're coming from, but they're also like missing the perspective of that there are people like us who have just happen to have a lot of games that we've owned from back in the day.
Yes. And I guess that's the most frustrating point, is that I think that anybody getting into this thing feels that if anybody has anything, like they're just getting into it too. They, like, everyone else must be just getting into this stuff like the same time as they are, and the only reason they have this stuff is because they, like, you know, threw more money at it.
Right.
But that is like, I just have so much stuff from when I was, you know, my kid's age.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this comment.
But I feel bad for anybody just like getting into it now. I would not even entertain the idea of getting into it now. Like,
I mean, outside of flash cartridges and Mister and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, like if you're trying to build a collection, like starting from nothing or very little, yeah. I mean, it's where was it? You know, it was on the NT Mini Noir video.
Okay, so what is this gun that I can't use? The grenade launcher. Oh, come on!
Come on.
Do I start with full gun? I don't.
I want to find this comment. What was it? It was not. It was very recent. Unless they like deleted it for some reason. I left a nice reply.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't think it was nice. Oh.
I swear this boss music sounds like the I'm not happy. I have to do this stupid level again. I can't back all the way up because it's a pit behind me.
I can't find this comment. Maybe they deleted it for some reason.
Maybe. Well, sometimes you gotta hit the thing that says it hides comments that you respond to.
But I'm on my phone.
I think it does the same thing.
Oh, you might be right, because I'm not seeing any response. Well, no, there are some responded comments. But anyway, I mean, it was basically, saying like, literally no one has every, Super Nintendo game ever made, which is not true, by the way. But, literally no one has every game ever made, and games are so expensive. Like, no one has enough money to buy all these games. Like, I wish they would. It was talking about one of the analog consoles, and it was like, I wish they would just make a version that has them all. And I respond saying, well, you could use an EverDrive, or you could use the jailbreak hack that you can load stuff off the SD card. But I mean, I sort of laughed, but I mean, it was also understandable. I mean, I understand where they're coming from. They have this perspective of like, I think there's just some people who think like, oh, you gotta be rich to have this stuff. And it's like, well, I bought some of this stuff when it was like $5.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of this stuff.
A lot of it. I know. I mean, this used to be, a hobby where, you could get into it quite easily. I heard something, I can't remember where this came from. If it came out during a stream or in Discord or something, someone said something about like, they're seeing a lot of young people checking out Atari stuff at like, local game shop because it's cheap. Because it's cheap.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, getting into retro gaming, could have been a very affordable hobby for, a teenager not that long ago. And even now,
Psych myself out.
I mean, let's be clear. There are, plenty of good games that can still be had for, not crazy prices. I mean, less money than it would cost to get a new game.
Like, what was that? Now, that was not my controller. Watch what happens.
Oh, yeah. That seems like the programming on these falling blocks leaves something to be desired.
Yes. Thank you.
There was $5 from Joshua Helmke saying, let me channel all your rage into my, come on, jujitsu. Come on. Let's see, Daryl Glores in the chat saying, oops, I scrolled past it. Saying, wow, 1990, this game was late in the NES lifespan. It was kind of brought to my attention recently. I was talking to John Linneman, and I guess I didn't realize like most of Nintendo's programming up until the Super Nintendo was outsourced.
Oh, really?
Like, I mean, like the design happened in-house, but like the coding was apparently mostly outsourced.
Huh. I didn't know that.
I was like, wow, that is really surprising. Like, but then like when I thought about it, like, when you think of Nintendo, like first party Nintendo on the NES, like obviously they've got their standout games. You've got your Marios and your Zeldas. But then when you think of stuff like, Kid Icarus, Metroid, like these are fantastic games. But are they going to win any awards for like doing amazing things with coding? Maybe not really. Like the most crazy NES games, largely made by companies like Sunsoft, Konami, Capcom, and late in the system's life. And I've said for years that the best era of NES is actually the 90s. I mean, there are a ton of really neat NES games in the 90s. And a lot of those were some of the ones that became expensive first. I mean, stuff like Little Samson, obviously. I mean, you say 90.
I don't understand, like, why it works like.
Maybe you should jump like one at a time.
That sounds like way more perilous.
But like, you say 90, wow, that's late, but in a lot of ways, like, the best is yet to come, right? Like, I mean, there's so many good NES games released in the 90s. So many good ones. And to kind of feed back into that conversation I had with John, like, Nintendo first party dropped the NES like pretty right away once the Super Nintendo was out, right? Like, I can't think of really anything in-house for the NES that came after the Super Famicom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of makes you realize, like, Nintendo themselves, like,
can I just make that jump? I can't. It's like gonna just try to jump across the entire gap.
Nintendo themselves never made the NES sing beyond like Mario 3.
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously there's like Kirby's Adventure, but that's HAL, I wonder how much of their program was outsourced to HAL actually, because like, I know that HAL did the programming on 3D Hot Rally, because that was, the story was that was the first time that Miyamoto and Iwata worked together on anything, or even met, I think, was 3D Hot Rally for the Famicom Disk System, So, I mean, HAL, very much a programmer's type of company, I think. There was $2 from James Boone. Thank you. Saying, did you guys ever stream Ghost in the Shell PS1? Not. I mean, you might have booted it up on a stream, but it's never been the main game on a stream. It was in the. It was definitely the most common what game in the comments of the RetroTink video.
Wait, what game?
The Ghost in the Shell PS1 game.
Oh, yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, that's also another expensive one, though.
Yeah.
I do really want to play the standalone complex, which is the PS2 one.
Is it also expensive?
It's like $50.
Mm-hmm. You don't have Ghost in the Shell PS1 though, do you?
No, I do not.
You just play it off of the X station.
Yeah, I did have it. I had it at one point though, when it was new.
Shinjon asking who did Wario's Woods. That is something I've wanted to know for a long time too. I'm not really sure, but I have long been baffled why Nintendo keeps peddling the NES version of Wario's Woods. Because the Super Nintendo version is better in every way. And I don't think it's all that beloved of a game. And yet I consider it my favorite puzzle game. And I feel like the public perception of it would probably be a lot better if they gave people the Super Nintendo version instead of the NES version all the time. I want to have the NES version just because it's got the ESRB on it. And I don't know if the price has gone up. It's not really been a particularly expensive game, but you don't see it very often. But like Video Game World had this copy that had like a peeled back top label, like forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like I looked at it every time, and I just could not bring myself, because the top label was in such bad shape. Otherwise, it was in good shape. But it was like, I don't know, like $30 or $35, I think.
I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like, it's not like anything. I don't understand. See, like right there, like I was literally. I mean, I don't feel as though.
Too late to hit the button, or
I am like hitting it right away.
Maybe that's too
and
early.
it. But it works other times when I hit it right away. See, like right there, like that makes no sense, and I feel like I don't understand the how it works. I'm trying to understand how it works, and usually I'm pretty good at understanding it and then like adapting to it, but I do not understand how it works, and I don't think that the game itself understands how those platforms work, and I think that it decides it's going to do it one way, and it changes it every single life or every single continue.
There was.
So what I'm trying to say is that like probably the soul of the Terminator game probably exists inside this game in some way, and that it's has some sort of AI Skynet processor inside of it.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
That is what's happening.
And it has nothing to do with anything except for specifically those falling platforms.
There was 2 Canadian from Matthew Roy saying, my dogs Winnie and Rudy say hi to Sandy. Oh. Sandy, say hi back. You're looking pretty lazy. Yeah. You're not much into saying hi right now.
I mean, we can blame it on Skynet, right? I'm allowed to do that. And I very rarely get frustrated on streams, but I feel as though I am annoyed with these. Maybe it's because it's been so long since I played an NES game on stream.
Maybe so.
Maybe I've become weak.
There was $2 from Daryl Geors. I pronounced that Glors before because I read the I as an L. Daryl Geors say thanks for the freebie mention. Pay it forward. Well, thank you. You know, I mean, Coury does a better job than I do of keeping up with non-super chat. You know, we always gotta call out the super chats, and then we fall behind because then I start going on a tangent about something.
Do I not? I can't shoot apparently. Like maybe that's the thing that screws me up is that shooting on the platform messes up my timing.
But don't you have to shoot, or should you shoot in the air?
I'm starting to feel like I need to shoot in the air. See, right, like I don't even know what happened there.
I'm ready. Well, it looked like you were just trying to run across without jumping.
But I was jumping. And then I used all 9 of my continues on that level. All 9 of them on that level.
Oh my goodness, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you should play Flight Simulator.
I don't know. If people are okay.
Maybe if we get bored with that, we'll play something else. Unless you're feeling a burn desire to try again.
I'm not really feeling a burn desire right now.
I was not feeling that you felt it right now.
Yeah. I could see myself coming back to it.
I don't remember having this same
But
problem.
Tanuki Justice, I felt like I understood how it worked. And I could adapt to it. But there's something about it, like those platforms I could just not. But I'll probably play it tomorrow and have no problem with it.
Oh, Henry Clark is trying to drop a super chat that he believes we missed earlier.
Oh.
From Shadowcasta. Thank you. Sorry about that. Saying, Try and Coury, remember when you could walk into Funkoland, ask for Earthbound, and pay $30? Gold times. I don't know if you meant gold times or good times, but
yeah,
those are. It's both gold times and good times. Yeah, I paid. I remember very clearly. I think it was $30 or $35.
I'm not done with the game. I'm just done with it for tonight. That's a good one, Keith Courage. Like that's what the game is going to be called in my mind from now on. I mean, I could play something else, or I could do some flying around in Flight Sim for a few. Are you Silius right now?
Well, Show is saying Earthbound was like a 50-cent game at Funkoland once. I think he's exaggerating, but I mean, it was. I mean, I got it probably like, I don't know, 99, 2000-ish at Funkoland. $35. Didn't think anything of it. I'm like, hey, I hear that's a good game. I want it. I'm like, they had a lot of games like out on the shelves, but they also had a lot of games like in like these drawers behind the counter. And you just say like, hey, you got Earthbound? And they just pull out a drawer. It's got Super Nintendo games in alphabetical order, and you pull out Earthbound, you pay for it, and you walk out. You know? I mean, those were the days. Those were the days.
And I didn't even have a Funko Land around me, believe it or not.
Oh, you also got the Xbox Zodiac Age.
Yes.
I mean, you told me about the clearance deal, but I know you got it too.
Yeah, I mean, it was $14.99. So I was like, why not?
I bought that. I bought that in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yakuza was $30. So I don't know how soon I'm going to start. Oh, you changed your camera angle.
Oh, hey. I know, I got like different cameras. I was inspired by like the different cameras that Epos Vox does, or that he has, and I was like, oh, I have this extra webcam. I'm gonna mount it like up there, so we could.
For some reason.
Yeah, I can switch back and forth if I wanted.
I mean,
to.
if you were standing up, I wonder.
I just think it's kind of fun. You can.
Right.
It's just, it's just kind of funny to be able to do that, right? But I can go right back.
I'm watching you, Coury, from above. You can't see me.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to, like way up there, you can kind of see the back of the monitor and everything. But I just thought it'd be funny to do that. I don't think I'm gonna like leave it there or anything like that. But
oh, I didn't know that Shinjan was the assistant manager at a Funko Land for a few years. Got so many cheap games, he says. I mean, it was such a good time to like have this revelation of like, oh wait, old games are still good games. Yeah. You know? Like late night, like, because I stopped playing my NES when I got my Super Nintendo. Yeah. But I didn't stop playing my Super Nintendo when I got my N64 because the game experience was so different between the two systems. So, I played them both quite a lot. I played them pretty equally. And then I got into RPGs and got back into NES, and I was like, well, there's so many Super Nintendo games I still need to get. I need to get all these RPGs on Super Nintendo. And all these like interesting games that are like $5 and less on NES. Like it was such a good time to be in high school and not have much money, but it was a good time to like start to want to explore the libraries of previous generations, because those games were so cheap. I'm glad that I had that revelation of old games are worth continuing to buy and continuing to keep around. I'm glad I had that when I did.
Mm-hmm.
And it still wasn't soon enough, because now things are out of reach.
Okay, so I wish that there was a way to just, if you crash, you could just like respawn like in the air instead of like having to restart the flight. As far as I know, there's no way to do that. Oh my god. Oh cool, you can see like where your friends are on here.
Really?
Yeah. And there's a friend of mine here. And this is where he's from, so he's like in the same place. So we're gonna take off from the Chautauqua County Airport.
I mean, you can set the day to be during daytime if you want, but I've not played the game flying in the dark.
I haven't either, but I'll make it daytime. Yeah, I wish you could just like respawn and like hit a button and just be back up in the air again. Especially because it's stupid if you have like the invincibility on, you just like kind of crash and then you have to just manually restart anyways. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure I can change the time, like right from the cockpit.
Oh yeah, you definitely can. Yeah. I mean, the load times in this are surprisingly long. I mean, I was joking that I would love to. Oh yeah, well you can't see like anything.
Right.
You might have to change the time of day before you fly.
No, I think you can do it right here.
Oh, okay.
I think press A to interact. Oh, here we go. So if I just do like 1 o'clock, does that not work?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, $5 from Shinjan PV saying if you read Game Informer, my fellow employees and myself are in the Vice City issue for being one of the best stores. Ooh.
Wow, that's pretty cool though, I have to say. How come I assumed if I just went to the clock and I changed.
I changed the time of day before I.
So how do you do that? Like, I mean, how do you?
I did it from the main menu. I mean, hit start.
No, maybe I got it. Maybe if I hit restart, it will do it. After I've changed the time.
I don't know.
Nope, it's not gonna do it. Okay, so can you do it here? Or you have to go way back to the.
I mean, if you can, I don't know. I'll tell you where I did it though.
Okay. Can you do it?
Hit start and then hit Y for main menu.
Is it true that Flight Simulator is the first console without a sewer level? Yes. 100%. Okay. So is it this thing here?
So world map. No, just go to world map, like
okay.
Say where you want to fly from.
Oh, hang on.
Like you say where you want to fly from, and then there will be somewhere where you can set the time of day. Says departure. Oh, flight conditions. There you go.
Right, but it's like. I see. I think the problem is that I went to 2 a.m. That's why it was still dark. Weather. Oh, here we go. Weather and time.
There was a 499 from Jepacondyle. Thank you. Just saying love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I always feel bad when people say nice things to us, and it's been so long since an episode.
I know.
But Tuesday, count on it.
Why did that?
It should be sometime Tuesday for the N64 digital.
Okay.
But yeah, it didn't stick. Why didn't it stick?
Now here we go. Please stick. I'm not having good luck tonight. I take a week off and this is what happens. It screws everything up.
The the interface is definitely a little weird in this. I mean, it feels like they did not do much to consoleify the interface.
Yeah, but there's so much stuff that I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it would really be possible to accurately port the PC game and make it all that controller friendly. I mean, actually flying is fine with the controller. Well, it looks like it might be foggy.
That's all right.
It's funny. I mean, if you crash on the ground, like, you can see like individual blades of grass and stuff.
I think it's really hard to fly though at first, because if you take off and you're just if you go up too fast.
You see that little blue dot in that some sort of altitude?
Yeah, if that goes too much, you try to keep it in the blue dot. Really.
I think if you keep it in the blue dot, I think you generally won't stall out.
Yeah. Is that up that makes my... See, I like this. This is like been the most fun aspect about it, is just kind of flying around here, because as you'll see, like where I grew up was so close to this airport. I mean, we used to ride our bikes up to the right to there, and we would. It
doesn't look like there's anything out there though.
Oh, there is. So,
but
remember when I was talking about the like the plateau where we got, it would, when I was a teenager, we'd go behind it and get drunk behind it. And that was like that's it right there. That's what it became as they made it this.
Oh, there's like a little. So that's flat. That's funny.
Yeah, it goes right over the airport.
So that plateau, there's like a tunnel under it.
So right here, it was my friend Greg's house. He's the guy who I sold my Master System to. That was his house right there.
Why is everything like so bright white? Does it look that way on your TV?
Oh, do I have? Is it HDR?
Like everything is like super bright.
Oh, it shouldn't. Hang on a second. I can't.
Are you capturing on the PEX HD cap?
No, I don't have that in this computer. Is it just showing up like this?
Well, now it looks like there's no tone mapping.
Yeah.
It looks like you're like doubling up on
the live gamer. Okay, the live gamer works. Let's do that. Then I guess for now.
Oh, were you using the Mage?
No, but that's still really bright. That's way. I was using it, but I have the LUT on it, but it's still like not showing up. Weird. I wonder what's the deal. What is the deal here? It shouldn't be like this at all. It's like it's way too bright.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you were at the airport, I thought it looked kind of strangely like bright green. I mean, I guess you could turn off HDR on the console.
But even if I just do that, like it still like looks. But why is the even like the live gamer having trouble with it too?
Do you have filters turned on the live gamer?
No. Oh, hang on. No, I don't. That's real weird. Let me, if I go to this and I go back. Okay, so. Yeah, I haven't had like any issue like this before. This is weird.
I wonder if it's just the way this game's HDR is.
I mean, that's like.
I didn't know you could turn off tone mapping in OBS.
Well, you can't with the live gamer. You mean?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
But it looked like you were.
No, because that was the Magewell. Here's the Magewell without any.
Oh, okay.
And then this is the Magewell.
Can you use your Magewell tone mapping LUT? Does that look any good?
That's what I was using.
Oh. Then the live gamer looks wacky too.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm trying to fix this here. Yeah, so that's it with the LUT on. But if I go halfway. I mean, that still looks like way too bright. I do not know why it's doing that. I mean, it looks fine on my TV. This is... Yeah, it's like blown out like crazy.
Maybe it's just the way this game's HDR is, but yeah, it's... Like when you pause it and like the photos on that activities.
See, right there you can see it. So right now, like, you know, there's no HDR, so this should be fine right now.
Yeah, like it's like really overblown though.
Well, that's because that's my setup with
okay. Yeah, now
if I go back into the game, is it gonna like be messed up again? Could it be a full range, limited range? It shouldn't be.
Like the ground looks like it's melted mint ice cream.
Yeah. I mean, there is some stuff like on the ground. Okay, whatever. Like I'll figure it out after the stream. For the time being, I'm going to turn off HDR because this is stupid. That I seem to be having these issues with it.
Yeah. I don't know if you can turn off HDR without quitting the game, but maybe. I think you can on PlayStation, so you probably can.
Just do that for now, and I'll figure it out afterwards. But now, like, why is that? Look at that. It's, like, wrong on my TV, too.
What?
It's, like, worse with it off.
Is it some sort of EDID issue?
I wouldn't think so, but let me see if I just...
Try the other capture card. I wonder if you need to like quit the game and restart it. I bet that's it.
That's like...
I think you're going to need to restart the game. Because I think it's like in HDR mode. And it doesn't know what to do. It like can't change to SDR rendering mid-game or something.
Oh my god. Okay. All of this, and it's just like it's. I'm not having any luck here.
Michael's Workshop says he did this to himself.
But I have not had any problems with this previously. Yeah, unplug it and plug it back in. I mean, that's usually the catch-all that works with everything. So
as we know, HDR capture is not a perfect thing.
But I have it set up that it should be like working no problem.
Good enough anyway.
Yeah, I mean it
it might be this game's particular HDR may
well now it looks like it's gonna be fine. Like, so what I need to do is restart the game, but that seems weird.
Well, I think it's just that the game was in HDR rendering mode, and then when you disabled it at the system level, it just screwed it up. Yeah. Normally, I'm pretty sure that works on the PS5, though.
I mean, I have two settings on my in OBS. I have one for the Magewell with an SDR, which has no like LUT on it, and I have an HDR source that has the LUT on it. So I can choose either one. But the one I was sending you was the one with the HDR on it. So something must have just been getting screwed up somewhere along the line. And I will figure it out. And thank you to Container7 for the $5 for technical difficulties. I'm sorry I'm wasting everybody's
difficulties more often.
What's that?
Maybe you should have technical difficulties more often.
Maybe. I see Daryl Gior says, I'm impressed that Magewell could process and convert HDR10 at all. I mean, it sees it and it knows what to do with it, but you need to like apply your own LUT to it.
Yeah, it did not support HDR like back when we did the 4K TVs episode, and I cannot get HDR to work on it. Coury has gotten it to work, but you're kind of, because you're passing it through the AverMedia. And I can't do that on this computer down here because this one doesn't have enough slots, enough PCIe slots,
right,
to have both at the same time.
I gotta change the time. Oh, I can do it right here. That's kind of nice.
I mean, there's so many things to this interface that I'm sure, you could customize a lot more. Like when you're flying and you do that like left click stick to use the cursor, like I customized the toolbar to like take some things off of it that I thought I would be unlikely to use. I mean, there's obviously quite a lot to learn about this game.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have to do anything that complicated.
I have a feeling that it's going to have something to do with OBS. That maybe I changed the setting like before, like in the stream. I mean, it still looks kind of blown out, doesn't it?
Well, I think part of it might be the weather. Can you change the weather to sunny? I bet it'll look way better. I think you can change that where you can change the time of day.
Okay.
Hit Y.
I know. I'm already in there. Let's see here. Okay, one more time. Okay. Flight conditions.
The load times on this can be pretty lengthy, and I was joking before, like I think I would love for there to be an Xbox One port of this, just so Digital Foundry could like see how long it would take to load.
Yeah. Okay. Clear skies.
There you go. There you go.
Let's try it one more time.
Sometimes you can see like sort of a weird line where like sort of the color of the grass or the color of the trees change. And I think that just has to do with like the satellite data imaging, just like when you look on Google Maps, sometimes it's like a weird line between certain areas, and they've only got so much good data to go on. And maybe the imaging in the area that you grew up is just a little weird.
Yeah. D is like, imagine explaining this live stream to non-believers. It still looks blown out. I mean, I don't know. It looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit better.
I think it's bad satellite photos around your airport.
It's looked fine. I've never seen it like this.
Because the grass just looks like a weird color. I'm gonna look on Google Maps.
Well, it uses like the big maps.
What's your airport called?
It's Chautauqua County Airport. That's CHAUTAUQUA. I know, and I crashed like right away. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, that'd be great if it was just the hard drive and crash music every time that you crashed.
Okay, I'm going to turn on the satellite.
Maybe the cigar would help. It might.
The satellite image around the airport looks a little like it just looks like weird colorization,
Yeah. I can't take off correctly here. Let's see.
I switched to another plane that let me do much stronger turns.
I don't even know how to choose a different plane.
Huh?
I don't even know how to choose a different plane.
There's like a hanger option in the main menu.
All right. Well, see, my plane is still blown out though. On the stream.
Well, the plane wings usually look blown out on my TV too.
Okay. Courier is cheap, but this is ridiculous. It's true. It's true. Let's retract those flaps. Okay. So I can give you a little tour of like the area I grew up. I just think it's kind of fun to be able to.
Flat tunnel. That's it. See, there's a
it goes underneath it. But like I was saying, so this right here, the long driveway, that's my friend Greg's house. Who he's the guy who bought my Master System.
Ah, and then you bought it back.
And then I bought it back from him, and then for some reason sold Golden Axe Warrior at the time.
See, look how a little bit further off there's like much more greener looking fields. I think your area just has some bad satellite data.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Like I'll see if I can do it here. So right here is like that's my street. That's like my house is like right there. You can't really see it very well. Here, for some reason, it has like 3 chimneys on it, it looks like. I tried to point at the screen. It was like, that's not going to help. But you know what I could probably do? Is do this.
Crash?
No, it's that. So that's it right there. Put the little icon on it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, and then I hit the wrong.
I mean, this is much more rural than I envisioned.
Really?
Where you grew up. Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's it right there. So you see how close I was to the airport.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
so you could go up my street here.
I'm not a lot further from an airport myself. There's a quarry. Talking about how that little bridge is totally flat. There's a quarry right by the airport, and I was really surprised to actually see that you can really see the depth of it.
Oh, really?
Like it looks really cool. So some things have better terrain maps than others.
Yeah. I mean, I think that. It's almost like there's like snow on the ground because there's like perpetually snow on the ground there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's possible that this satellite data is from like when there was like a light dusting or something.
yeah. I feel like I come so close to crashing all the time. I need to obviously.
The plane that I switched to, I mean, I later then switched to a seaplane, but
Like
I
this is
still
like
have
it like shows a dirt road here. It shows is definitely not a dirt road, right there.
yeah.
I'm gonna crash.
I mean, there's some out of date information on it too. Like I found some like the trees look really bad once you crash, but they look awesome when you're in the air.
Let's see. Okay, so how do I choose a different plane here?
Okay, go to the hangar.
Which is where?
Is it in Marketplace? It might be in Marketplace.
Oh, exactly where I thought it would be. I guess. I mean, there's.
No.
I wonder if I could take off like that free
Profile. Go to
hospital plane.
profile. Go to profile. I think it's profile. So I was
Oh, here we go.
surprised.
My hangar. Okay. Oh, fine. Like okay. So if I can.
I was surprised to see that there's like third party like mods that you can buy.
Yeah.
Like obviously they're for like really hardcore people because it's like $17 to make the Zurich airport look nicer. You know, it's like really, really not that much stuff you get for your money in a lot of those.
Okay. So where's? Okay. So change aircraft. Oh, look at all these.
Yeah, there's like a deep blue one that like I felt like you could like turn.
This one here, the Robin.
Hang on. No, it was like all blue. It was.
Oh,
It
this
was
one,
like
the diamond aircraft.
Oh, keep going. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's the one. And I felt like you could like turn like almost perpendicular to the ground, and it would be fine. The only thing is like I felt like early in the flight with that one, like I had to pull up on the stick or down on the stick a bit more to keep up in the air. Like early in the flight, it seems to want to have a tendency to go back down, but once you get going, like it goes pretty good.
You know, I'm
I
gonna do it.
mean,
I'm gonna take off from JFK, see if I can fly over my old neighborhood. I have not like flown in New York here, so I think I probably should.
oh, fly over you. Did I fly? No, I don't think I flew. I've not flown through New York. By the way, you can just start off in the air if you just like pick like a random place, and then hit the A button.
Oh.
Oh, and as far as I can tell, I believe if you're saying to take off on a runway, like if you want to like take off in a certain direction, like you want to pick like the further point.
Right. Because you go down the runway.
Vanessa Area says flight simming is a very serious business to a ton of people, and people will pay gobs of money to make the game as realistic as possible to real life. Yeah, it's amazing. Like there was a ton that were like 10 to like 17 or so dollars. These third party add-ons, they're just like for one airport. like I hear so much about like like train culture in Japan. Like I hear about like how just like big train fans, but I feel like I don't hear as much about like hardcore aviation fanatics. But yeah, I know that like I mean obviously this series is pretty big deal.
I mean, this is pretty crazy looking. Looks really good.
Yeah, I'm sure New York, I mean, has a lot of attention put on it.
Yeah.
Where was it? I don't remember where it was. There was this one place that I flew over that you could see the bridge going over a river. But as I got like really close to the river, I could see like the satellite image from the bridge like pasted on the water under like the physical 3D bridge.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that's how it was like the mall in the area that I grew up.
I mean, obviously the visual quality is going to vary a lot depending on the popularity of the location.
Yeah.
So do you know where your neighborhood is? Like, do you have your bearings?
I'm kind of getting my bearings. A little bit, maybe.
Are you on this side?
Yeah.
Like this is Brooklyn, right? Manhattan's on the other side of the bridge, right?
Right. Yeah. That's Manhattan over there.
You were in Brooklyn, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know. Like, I wish you could do some sort of overlay to see. I wish you could do like just to like see street names or something like that. If like, I wish there was some way to toggle that. I see that Replicant 813 is saying with $4.99, thank you, saying you need to download the USA World Update and you will get higher detail in New York. I have that one. I have that one. I think I've queued up all the other ones too.
I didn't actually know about that until I saw the Digital Foundry video.
Yeah, I just got everything that's
I did
free.
too.
I mean, do you know if it runs off of if you have like one of the expansion SSDs?
Well, the expansion SSDs is of course supposed to
work just as well.
They're equivalent to the internal, so you can run next gen games off of it.
Okay.
I was really confused when I picked this up at Best Buy this week because I was looking at the box and everything on the box is talking about Xbox Series X, and I'm like, you gotta be able to play this on Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why is there nothing on this box about Xbox Series S? And then I was like, oh, duh. It's because...
Yeah, I had that same... I forgot that Xbox Series S is digital only.
Yeah, I like it. It was not on. It took me like a whole minute to like figure out why it only says Series X on this case, because I think it's the first like next gen exclusive physical game. So when I was looking at the box, I was just like, I don't understand. And by the way, there was that. There were images online of how like there was going to be new physical game packaging for Xbox games.
Yeah, and then I was disappointed that it's not.
It's not. It's the same old packaging.
Yeah. I was definitely kind of disappointed by that. I'm just flying around now.
I mean, I'm finding locations in New York I think would be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Is that the bridge Solid Snake jumped off of?
No, that's the...
Fly over the bridge that Solid Snake jumped off of.
That's way up here. The George Washington Bridge.
That's the only landmark in New York I care about.
Have you seen any of that stuff about the SSDs on the PS5 yet?
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit, but I feel like I'm going to wait a good while.
I'm going to wait. I'm definitely going to wait a long time.
I would rather wait a few years for them to not only be like super established, but also like lower cost per terabyte.
Yeah, because seriously, it's like $500 for 2 terabytes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to wait a while. I don't
You
even
want to
have
you want to try to wait until you can get something that's big enough that you can just like. That's the only time you got to buy something. If you buy a 2 terabyte now, like you're likely going to have to buy another one in the future.
Oh yeah, like within a year or two, probably.
Yeah,
But I don't even have. Well, that bridge looks weird. Is it just the shadow that makes it look that way? I guess it's the shadow.
yeah. See someone saying Central Park. You can fly over here.
But I don't even have. I don't have like just an external drive for like PS4 games on PS5 yet.
Wait, you what?
I don't even have any. I don't have any external. I don't have any add-on storage for PS5 yet.
Oh yeah,
like, not even for PS4 games. I mean, I need to do it.
Yeah.
But...
You want to see how I fly? It's like this. This is how I fly.
Yeah. Are you wiggling the R and L buttons?
Yeah.
Triggers. I still don't really understand like how you're supposed to utilize those. Like, because the stick seems to do all the turning you need.
Yeah, it's definitely like I'm flying drunk right here. I think that this is maybe this is.
Boy says you fly like a car in a 1920s cartoon that walks on its wheels.
Basically, yeah. But yeah, I bought this with the intent of just like for it to be like a relaxing kind of thing, just to see it. It just looks like so graphically impressive, and it, maybe I'll.
I mean, I feel
learn to
like,
fly.
I feel like if I'm ever going to like take a trip in the future, I feel like it'll just like become part of my routine to just be like, oh, let's fly over it in Flight Simulator.
Yeah, you can or just set up the flight and actually see.
Yeah,
where you'd be going.
Man, that is a lot of tall buildings.
Yeah, right.
Like a lot. Do you think this plane's easier to control?
Much easier, yeah. It also helps to just start in the air.
Yeah.
Look at those cars are flying. Look at those flying cars. There's our flying cars. I said that,
I mean, the amount of traffic in the city is extraordinarily unrealistic.
Yeah. But hang on, let's see if look at that. So there's like not. I'm trying to like not crash here.
I wonder how accurate this plane.
Look at those. See him like just driving.
Yeah.
I mean,
like even
like
in
it's
New York
fine.
City,
It's fine. I'm not gonna like hold it up against that for that.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that the game gets a lot of. I hope the game gets a lot of updates over time.
Oh crap! Look at that car. Look at this car over here. It's like look at this destruction. It's like I've left, like I've melted all the cars and buildings around. Yeah, if someone wants to clip that, you can. I don't know if anybody noticed, but you can clip stuff on the channel now. People can clip that and then share it on social media and do whatever with it. Look at this though. Look at these cars. They're not even stopping. They're just driving right through me. I may as well not even be there. You see that car in the distance? It was driving down a road and like went in reverse.
Oh, yeah, they just ping pong back and forth.
Like it's just ping pong.
I've seen that happen a lot too. I mean, I do hope the game gets some updates over time that like, you know, makes improvements to like how certain things like that are.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold that against them though. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that to like micromanage how the cars like move through the world.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, the game looks really good when flying at, you know, actual altitudes.
Yeah.
GTA 6 is looking rough, bro.
They're just driving over my wing. It almost like seems like they catch a little bit of air. Like those cars are just driving through each other.
Like there's a little collision detection there, I think.
Like they like got a bump. I thought maybe I was gonna. You know, a problem is that I did not put my my landing gears up. I forgot you could do that. I probably
yeah, that plane. I think it's up on the D-pad. It's either up or right on the D-pad. The parking brake, I think, is left on the D-pad. Yeah, the Cessna doesn't require you to do anything like that.
I'm gonna go back to the map.
You can like go almost perpendicular to the ground without really being in trouble with that plane.
Yeah. Should I go fly around Cincinnati?
Sure, why not?
Maybe I could fly around. Maybe I should fly over Mammoth Cave.
Yeah, fly over Mammoth Cave.
I don't know exactly where it's going to be on here.
John Perry G with the $2 super chat. Thank you. Saying new funny game next to Driver. It could be sometimes, maybe. How long did it take you to get to Mammoth?
It's like 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about it because they were saying that it's called Cave City. Oh, there's another Jamestown here. But I don't think it's actually called Cave City.
What it's called, or if they just call it that. I flew over Arches National Park, which is one of my favorite places I've visited. And they have like a few of the arches like actually designed, but they didn't look very good. Well, here I'll look up Mammoth Cave.
Yeah, like give me a closer like
Mammoth Cave. Let's see.
Oh, there's Elizabethtown. I'm surprised you didn't like react at all to that that video that I shared. The from Elizabethtown. Elizabethtown is a movie that
I did watch it, but I didn't really get it. It looks like it's exactly halfway between Louisville and Nashville.
Okay, it's like right around Bowling Green, I think.
Yeah. Me and my parents stopped at Bowling Green one time on the way back home from vacation, and we stopped at this like Dairy Queen that was in like a super like old building. It was just like a very like it just felt like that Dairy Queen had been there since like the 50s or 60s. Like probably not that far back, but it was like very old fashioned.
But
oh yeah, there is a cave city.
Okay, so maybe I just need to get real closer.
Bowling Green. You need to. I mean, you need to go a fair bit northeast of Bowling Green.
There's Smith's Grove, Oakland.
It's going to be.
Oh, here it is. There it is.
The
it's right here. I'm going to start right over top of it.
Oh, there you go. But like, where's like the visitor center? Like, because like you're not really going to be able to see like the caves.
Yeah.
But like you might be able to see like, oh, here's where we stayed or whatever.
But Elizabethtown is kind of a movie that I like. A lot of people who have seen it don't really like it. But there's this really funny part in it where they show this bunch of screaming kids this this videotape called Rusty's Learning to Listen Part 8.
That was where he blew up the house?
Yeah, he says, I will... This house, I helped build this house, but now it's been eaten by wood-eating insects called termites. And if you like promise me that you'll listen to your mommy and daddy, I'm gonna blow up this house. And
So that's like
if you get a chance to look it up on YouTube, it's called Rusty's Learning to Listen Part 8. And like half of it is like different shots of this house blowing up, and it's like it like fades into like him like yelling about. He's like "woo" as it's blowing up, and it's very funny. I think.
I want to figure out if there's a way to make that tip about clicking the stick like not pop up every time.
Yeah. Look at this. This is.
Don't the trees look really great though? Like
they do. I mean, there's a lot.
Like when you crash into the trees, they look terrible. But like, even if you fly pretty close to them, I think they still look great.
So like, Mammoth Cave is like all underneath this.
That's crazy.
I'm just kind of curious to see if maybe I could find Dinosaur World.
Do you know where it was relative to here?
Definitely not. But if I could find like Cave City, if that's, I mean, I'm surprised that it's actually called Cave City. It seems like a.
Well, it was on. Cave City is like east southeast of this like sort of mountain area. Like it looks like on Google Maps, it looks like there's like a big green mountain, and that's where Mammoth Cave is. So
yeah,
like,
I mean, that's basically what I'm flying over right now.
Yeah, so you need to turn a little bit south, mostly east, but somewhat south from here is toward Cave City.
Okay, so all right.
Is that where your Dino Land was?
Yeah, that's where I'm. It'd be really funny if it was. You could actually see it.
What's it called?
It's called Dinosaur World.
Dinosaur World. Here we go. Okay, so it looks like it's actually kind of on the outskirts of Cave City. It's like it's like right off the main road.
Okay. Am I like I'm going south now. Should I be doing that?
I mean, it's going to be until I mean, you won't be going mostly east, but somewhat south. Like you want to get off of this big green area, like toward
like the way that I'm going now.
Actually, I mean, you really want to be going mostly east, I think.
Okay, so it's right over here then. But I mean, look at this. This is like
it's massive.
It is. It didn't seem so big before. But on the way back, I don't know if I told you about this. Like we stopped at this place called the Barnheim Giant Forest.
Oh, I saw you post some pics in our chat with John and Audie.
Yeah, and it was just they have all these like sculptures of giants, and you find them in this park. It's pretty cool. That's like right outside.
You need to go more east, I think.
Oh, I was just trying to get outside of the green
right.
area.
I mean, once you get out of this green area, like you see where there's like a town dot like straight east of here. That's kind of where you need to be heading, I think.
Okay. See, but I can't speed up.
We should have been doing this with the 2-player mode.
Yeah, I don't even understand how that works. How does it work?
Do you want to try it? Like,
can you just like come into my game and fly around with me?
Maybe. Or like, I mean, there's like 2 seats, right? So
I don't know.
Well, there's two seats. If you hit select and then you can look to
Yeah.
your left and there's a co-pilot seat in the plane.
I know, but what is that like? Are we just both fighting for controls then?
I have no idea.
So do we want to tell everybody like what we're kind of planning on doing this week? If everything like lines up correctly, like we should.
Yeah. Sometime
Probably like midweek. Probably like
mid to later week, we would like to play through It Takes Two.
yeah, just like kind of like
And
a
we'll
bonus,
see.
like a couple day thing. Should be fun in the afternoon. We've been planning on playing it for a long time. It's just that I had that big crunch time with work, and then you've been doing the N64 digital, so like that'll work out good.
Kento Zero, N64 digital episode should be Tuesday. I've got like 2 more minutes of it to edit, so I'm quite confident. Okay, so I think your Dino Park, kind of see that green triangle near like the road, like just a bit before the city. I think it's going to be somewhere around there.
Oh wait,
Like a green
maybe that's it right there.
kind of where the main road is.
Right.
Somewhere around there, I think, is where it is.
Trying to get a little closer here.
I don't know if you'll actually be able to tell that it's a dino park.
I'm sure I won't be able to.
I'm going to boot up my game, and I'm going to see
if you can come into the world here. Oh, there's $4.99 from Show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying It Takes Two is an amazing game. You'll both love it. I'm excited. I know absolutely nothing about it, except for it's the same team that made A Way Out.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a few things or two about it, but not much. I know very, very little. World data is terabytes in size. Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah,
and it downloads what it needs. And and there's optional install data and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I installed everything that was free and both discs and stuff like that, and it's like 120 gigs or something.
What annoys me is that the long load that the game has to do at the beginning doesn't start until after you hit confirm on the title screen.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could just launch it from the dashboard and then like go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
But no, you have to hit confirm before it does the long load.
On our way down here, we like stopped at this place called Kentucky Down Under, and it's and I'm not sure if it was like they have like a bunch of animals and stuff like that, and like they have some kangaroos and everything, and I'm not really sure if it was like if it was like a Tiger King situation where the animals are like maybe not like well taken care of.
Not a proper zoo, really.
No. I'm just flying around now. I don't know where anything is. I didn't. How come? Here's my question: is I can see 2 people sitting in the pilot, and then when I go to it, you're not there.
Oh yeah. Well,
why is that happening? Like, where are you going? Look at that. You're right there. I see you, and then you're gone.
I wonder if you can like customize what they look like too.
Maybe.
Okay, let's see how so like on the main menu, I see like a add friend. Can I add friend? Enter the name of your friend. Why would I have to add a friend from my Xbox list?
I don't know.
Coury C is already your friend. Are you? Oh, you might be appearing as offline.
Am I? Yeah, I am appearing as offline. Hang on.
Can you make yourself appear, or can you like?
Yeah. I'm. I should be. You know. Some of the textures are flat. Like it's just all built from satellite data.
Yeah, I mean everything.
So Dingus Glurt is saying Kentucky Down Under is in Horse Cave, Kentucky, where I'm from. So is do you feel that Kentucky Down Under is like a reputable place, or is it maybe a little sketchy? I was unclear.
Oh, I think I just invited you to Flight Simulator. Can you check your Xbox dash?
Yeah. Unable to join. Can you ask?
I mean, I don't know much.
It says joinable, and then it says ask to join. Unable to join. So how did you do it? Like, I wonder if I can invite you from here. Hang on.
Yeah, I ended up doing it through the Xbox dashboard. I sort of anyway. I'm in the main menu and I saw you on my friend list.
I wonder if I'm unable to join because I'm flying right now. Maybe.
Or I can join. Well, can you go to my profile in your Xbox and invite me to join?
Wait, how do you do that? Like in the game?
In the do you have that on your? Hold on. There's like a person icon in the upper right. I'm looking at your stream is like really small for me now because I have the game on the TV.
Yeah, I mean I can see you there.
You see me? Go to me and then say view profile.
And I can say invite. It says I can't invite to game. I can only invite to a party.
Okay.
Maybe if I leave the game here, or if I go to the main menu, I can join yours.
Maybe. There was $2 from Kenneth Cummings. Thank you, saying, Coury, you get the how to draw on hash at Dinosaur World.
No, we didn't eat there. We didn't eat there.
Thing?
We got stuck in the stupid gift shop for too long. But we did go to we went to a barbecue place that's right by there. And it was really good. What did I say it was called? And I got we got the thing that was what was it called? I got barbecue on a baked potato. It was great.
I think I invited you to a party and then invited you to the game.
Okay, so happening now. You had invited me to the can't join a game. I can, however, change our friendship. I can't remember what the name of the barbecue place was, but it was super good. It wasn't at Farmwald's. It was gosh, I'll have to let me look at the chat here. And look it up.
Oh wait, what happened? Oh, someone added me as a friend.
Yeah.
Flight Simulator multiplayer, how to play online. There's a whole article on Eurogamer about how to do this.
It's called Bucky Bees. That seems like something I remember.
There are
Bucky
three multiplayer settings in Flight Simulator: live players, all players, and group only. Okay, let me see if I can start a flight.
Is Bucky Bees. Go to game notifications. There's no notifications there. What's this?
Okay, now where can I... Let's see. From this screen, select the flight conditions button in the upper right corner.
To like play multiplayer, it's like you have to go through several menus that are like inside the flight conditions. This is one of the live streams we get to see how the sausage is made. No test, just go for the multiplayer. Never tried it before. We're gonna do it live. Yeah, I mean this is not normally how we do things.
Oh, what was someone saying that our stream is boring?
No, they're just saying like they're just getting to see how the sausage is made.
It's maybe been a little off stream today.
Yeah. Oh, let's fly over.
Okay, so can you join my like Xbox group?
Yeah. Maybe. Hang on, I just started flying over here. Hang on. I'm flying a plane like outside the house right now. Yeah, it's like I guess I'm out of practice. I was gone for a week and I'm out of practice. Okay. So if I go to you and
Can you invite me to an Xbox group?
I can invite you to a group with me. I just sent you an invite to a group. Did anything pop up? Oh, here we go. Now you're in that group, it looks like.
Okay. Wait.
Now you're in the group.
Am I? I don't think I am.
Well, it's showing it on here. Invitation pending.
I despise the confusion over like was a short press of the Xbox button and same with the PlayStation button. I cannot get a handle on it.
Okay, so I'm going to invite you to the group again. There is $2 from Shadow Mask. Thank you. Saying, would you call this game too real to be real or just real?
It's pretty real.
It's pretty real outside of the invite system. Invite to group. It's not.
Melted cars on the street of New York. Or actually, maybe that's pretty real.
Yeah.
That might be pretty real.
Okay, so it says invitation pending now for you.
Okay. Here we go. Notification. Play Flight Simulator with Coury.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, it just said you have left the group. Oh, wait, whoa. Do I see? Oh, I'm seeing players around the world.
Yeah.
On my map now.
Yeah. That's what I was saying before.
Oh.
All right, so here we are. Like we're over Newport. Can you see the stream, or is it too small?
I mean, I can see that. So you're around your house. Let me see if I zoom in.
Because there's Newport on the levee down there.
Okay, there's someone else flying. Okay, here's Newport.
Are you here?
No, I'm on the map.
Oh, okay. There's Red Stadium.
I see someone flying near the Cincinnati airport, but I don't.
So if I do this, we can see where my old house was. It's like right down here, or I guess you got the levee, so it'd be like right down here.
Can I just go up to your thing?
Oh, and there's the. I've turned off multiplayer to set. May have turned off multiplayer to set time. I don't think I did. Container 7 is saying that I may
I'm wondering if you can only join
the area. You don't actually see them.
Or can you only join in real time?
Coury definitely has turned off multiplayer. Okay, how do I turn on multiplayer?
So if you go to flight conditions from the world map, there are multiplayer options there. Okay, let me turn on group only. Because supposedly we're in a group.
Oh, it's now it's saying we're not in a group. Okay.
I think we need to be in an Xbox group.
it is so confusing that
yeah, but
it's almost like
we're old men that don't know how to do multiplayer online.
I mean, I feel that I can read, I can understand, basic like menu structure.
I'm going to invite you to a Xbox party
at the map screen. Okay, hang on. Okay, so if I go to, is it flight conditions? Is that where I keep it on? Okay, multiplayer, live players, all players. Oh, off, group only.
But the group only if we were in a group, though. Why are we not in a group? Oh, okay, we're in a party. We are in a party.
I know. You're seeing the same thing as I was seeing.
Okay.
So it's here. Okay, so it's off group only. All players will be visible regardless of their settings unless you have set multiplayer to group only. There's also live players. Frustration Simulator 2021. Yeah. Well,
like let's go somewhere where it's daylight. Like let's go Japan.
How about we can? Well, I mean, we can make it. I thought you were gonna say you wanted to go someplace where the beer flows like wine. Like I talk about a place called Aspen.
Um,
No, you don't want to go to Aspen, Colorado.
it's nighttime though. Like
But you can
I'm
make it
wondering
daytime.
if multiplayer has to be during like the real time. I feel like it might be.
Okay. I don't think I'm in your group anymore.
Triumph Forks' party, 2 people.
Okay, but it's like in the game, it's separate.
What? Why?
This is harder than setting up my first Doom multiplayer over Token Ring Network. It is. It is like it's nearly impossible. They may not. I'm I'm gonna go to Aspen. Sorry. I mean,
Okay.
it is. They may as well just not even like included it.
I see a lot of other.
Yeah, I put it onto like all players now. But can you see them actually flying in the sky around you?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess I'm taking off.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can see other because I can see them on the map. I mean, I'm under the impression that if we were playing together, we would not be like pilot and co-pilot, though. It would be cool if we were, though.
Yeah, where you do like co-op. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, when you're playing multiplayer, can you run into other people if you see them?
I bet you just clip right through them.
Yeah. It's like my altitude is too high. It just told me your altitude is too high. It's like I'm in a plane. Like how high is too high?
Uh, I I don't like how like the different planes have like different like voices or something, like different like interfaces, which I mean I'm sure is meant to be realistic, but it's like
Just
I kind of don't like some of the voices that they play back. There
Joshua
was
Helmicke
one
is
film
talking about music for airports.
Keldum.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Joshua Helmicke is asking music for airports. Which volume? Are you talking about is it the Brian Eno albums? I feel like I listened to 2 a bunch. I think. Is that what you're talking about?
One of the planes,
or was
one
it?
of the planes, when you start pulling up too much, there's this robot voice that goes, "Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink."
Dad1153 says that Coury wishes he was playing a relaxing platform falling level of Journey to Silius right now. Yeah, I forgot I was using this camera. Forgot I was been using this the whole time. It's like the bird. It's like you're basically hanging out in my plant there. You can see the leaves of my plant. I don't know if he's still in the chat. If a disc cart is still in the chat, but I got the idea from one of his. He does runs a YouTube channel that focuses on like game room tours and stuff like that. And one of them, like one of the game rooms he showed off had a plant in it. And I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. So I have I put a plant down here. It just kind of adds a little bit of life to it, and you can see one of the leaves there.
So does anyone else in the chat have the Xbox version of this yet? Or is most of people's experience with it from the PC version? I mean, I think it's really neat to have a game like this on a console,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's really been anything quite like it on a console before.
To this extent, for sure. Definitely not. I mean, I'm sure that the PC version is superior, but it's pretty impressive that this is.
Yeah, I mean, the PC version is almost always superior unless it's totally botched. I mean, that's no one is going to deny that. Oh, I do see another plane.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a player. There's not like a name marker over it or anything. I see like another plane landing. I have never landed.
Me either. Well, I guess I kind of did. Look at this.
I've like given a half-hearted attempt a few times.
How do you think my co-pilot feels right now? Like I've just decided to fly upside down.
I'm not really feeling this seaplane.
Yeah.
It's
dead.
Although
oh no.
The reason that I'm having trouble is I have my landing or my wheel. Oh, my wheels were still down. I think that was giving me some trouble.
Can I put my wheels back?
It's flying a lot better now that I put my wheels up.
Well, this is not a seaplane. Try's probably playing with a seaplane.
If anyone was wondering, at the present time, it appears to be extremely dark clouds over Tokyo.
See, I wish when this happened, though, you could just
like hit a button to like
respawn.
Be where you are above you.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already got so many things in this to like make it easy for, noobs like us. So like, why not just, have some sort of nice thing like that?
I really want to have my landing gears come out. Because that's the good thing about the other plane is, like, if you crash, you can still take off. I mean, if you have the invincibility on. All right.
Harrison Ford approves of Coury's landing skills.
Yeah.
Why, yes. Land, no.
I think get ready to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's definitely fun, but I think that we'll be doing some more streaming throughout the week. I think
if we can learn how to invite people to multiplayer sessions on Xbox.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. We'll do that before starting the stream.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I'm sorry that I didn't finish Journey of Silius. I couldn't understand it. I was trying, just that specific. I'm out of practice. That's it.
Yeah.
I've been my reflexes have been shot from not playing those kind of games for a little while, I guess.
Either that or the game just don't make no sense.
Well, I was just having a hard time with it, I guess. I am surprised and impressed that you were able to beat it. Unlimited continues and everything too.
I'm sure I did. I mean, I remember it being challenging, but I don't recall having to play it more than one time. But I might have. I just don't remember.
Look at this. Oh, I just flew through that radio tower.
I wonder if I could find the old game shops in Akihabara.
I'm sure.
I have no clue.
Oh no! Oh, come on.
Where Akihabara is.
I feel like I need to.
I mean, I do wish this game had more like I was like hoping you could like. I mean, the controller has a. Does the controller have a microphone? I don't know if it has a microphone.
I don't know how.
But like, I was hoping you could like just like, ask it to like navigate you somewhere.
You can. I mean, you can put in.
Can you put in like a street address?
No. Just. It's fun to fly so close to the ground. If I just keep my landing gears down, I should be able to take off again.
That's what you think.
Well, as long as I'm right way up, I should have no problem. See, here we go. Come on. I feel like John Hammond telling the little velociraptor to break out of the egg. I'm saying that. Come on. You can do it.
I'm flying a seaplane, so I'm going to see if I can land on water.
As soon as we get to the top of the hill, I think I can take off. Here we go.
Can I send you? Hang on.
Here we go. We're getting out of here. We're getting off this island.
Oh, hey, that's the PEX HD cap. It's actually looks like pretty decent tone mapping right now.
Yeah.
Do you see it? Do you see my game?
Yeah. I don't see the tone mapping here though. I mean, for some reason it does not look. It looks really gray. Here.
Well,
here we go. I did it.
I mean, it's really cloudy here right now. You landed?
I didn't land. I mean, I crash landed, but I was able to take off again.
Hang on, I'm going to see if I can land on the water with my seaplane. Oh no! I bounced off the water. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Look! There's like water like up on this road here. Like water on the road next to the water.
It's kind of an amazing game, and we're just here like saying, look at this. Look at this crap. I can't believe all the stuff in this game, and there's water on this one street.
And did you see the car?
How did they let this happen? Well, that tree is just moving on its own.
Oh, here comes another car. Oh, look, it's sunk in the road.
Well, I think that's gonna do it. I
guess that should do it.
It's quarter to midnight.
Yeah.
It's hard to say if anything that I did was a success tonight, but at least it was entertaining for 3 hours and 40 minutes. Anyways, keep an eye on our Twitter or whatever to see what days we're gonna do the It Takes Two. I mean, it could be probably. Ideally, it will be. Wednesday would probably be for the best, honestly.
Yeah, probably Wednesday.
Because next week, my brother's gonna be here. He's gonna be here on Saturday. He's staying for a few days, so he'll probably be streaming with me next week. We're not sure what we're gonna play yet, but I think that we are gonna be having some hot sauce next week.
Oh yeah.
We have a couple of hot sauces that we have not tried.
Is it a couple?
Yeah, well, there's definitely two of them here that our good friend Sean Quinn sent us that we have not had. So we will have those next week. And also, I have like a hot lollipop called like the Devil's Toe or something like that that was also sent. And I'm not gonna eat that. That gummy.
That gummy was
little nitro, man.
Half my limit.
Yeah, I was peeing out my butt the next day with that after that thing, and I'm not gonna do that again for the Devil's Toe. But I will have my brother eat it.
That spicy beef jerky was the worst bathroom experience in any remotely recent memory.
Well, see, with me, Lil Nitro was easily like the worst.
That was the worst, but at least it was like small, so it wasn't that bad on the other end. The beef jerky was delicious.
Yeah.
I ate the whole bag in one sitting, but man, I was paying for it by the end of the stream, I was paying for it all night. Let me tell you.
It should be fun though. My brother's a big hot sauce aficionado, so
well, I'll be curious how he handles the lollipop because I don't think I'm going to risk the lollipop because the gummy bear was too much.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. See what happens, and
we gonna get some wings or something.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll order something and have that. You notice that my plane is slowly creeping up this hill, upside down, slowly but surely, it's creeping up the hill.
We'll get there one.
I don't know what we're gonna play yet. We'll see. I haven't even thought about it yet. Anyways, it was a good night, and thanks to everybody who hung out for the long haul and everybody who donated. Thank you so much.
And keep an eye out on Tuesday for N64 Digital.
Heck yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.